Might want to actually turn the mics on. Hello and welcome once again to Toy Soldiers Old School. This is episode 53, which is tentatively titled Kicking the Hornet's Nest. Or the Hornet's Nest, I think I called it. My name is Diane Morrison. I'm also known as Sable Aradia. I am the GM for tonight, and I am also the creator of the Toy Soldiers Saga. I also play a character, since Aaron and I switch off who is GMing. My character is Marine Captain Celine Wintermist, who somehow found herself in charge of this crew, the Void Chasers. She is a young idealistic elf who joined the Avalonian Imperial Navy and then the Marines in order to see the universe and maybe help some people out along the way. But now we're at war! My and her pronouns are she or they, and we'll go over and talk to Rowan next.
Hi, I'm Rowan. I play Lady Von Bin Starsong, who's an ensign in the Avalonian Imperial Marines. Originally, she joined the Navy so she could fly on starseed ships, see the universe, and meet new strange creatures and people, and occasionally stab a slaver in the groin. And she wound up being transferred to the Marines by virtue of the fact that we have bug suits and they love us. And she's found some family and some boyfriends, and life is good. And there is war. Yeah, and friends. Sisters. All right.
And pronouns?
And my pronouns are she and her, and so are hers.
Awesome. Let's go down to underneath you and talk to Aaron.
Nobody wants to talk to me. I'm Aaron, known online as Aaron Ree, which is spelled exactly as it sounds, R-I-G-H. Right. I play the part of Ruavel Sunfall. I occasionally game master this game, but I'm not at the moment. I'm just being a player. I play the part of Ruavel Sunfall, who is, assuming he survives this encounter, possibly going to end up being the father of the protagonist of the book, which is coming out on Tuesday.
A few videos is happening Tuesday, guys. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat. Get your copy if you don't already have your copy. Yay. All right, and your various pronouns?
And my various pronouns are he, they, she, it, them. I don't really care.
And neither does Ruavel?
Neither does Ruavel.
Awesome.
Just as long as it's not late for supper.
Yeah.
If he thinks he said it in malice, he'll punch you in the head. That's all.
There you go.
Back in Needholm, I imagine the city of
I hear a TV.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to turn that down.
All right, speaking of which, it's your turn, Taz.
Okay, my name is Taz, or Jimeno99 on the internet. I play Arden Spellsword, a Magus Kensei who's obsessed with crafting. Pronouns are he, him.
Awesome.
That's about it.
All right, and then moving over to your side, let's go to Blake.
Make sure they can hear you. Hello, I'm Blake. I'll be playing the part of Crowley. He's a Phoenix, a feline-like race in my own creation. And yeah, he's having a blast being part of the Navy. Didn't like it at first, but it's growing on him. And his pronouns are he, him.
Awesome. And Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn. I play Yasma Snowwind. I am, or I was, an orphan. Joined the Navy for the heck of it with my best friend Crowley. And since then, I've found out I've got family, and I've found a man, and I have a career, and doing good. My pronouns are she, her, and so are Yasma's.
We're also using.
And last but definitely not least, Chris.
And we're also using the Twitch stream to hear you guys because we can't seem to get it to work through the phone. We can talk to you, but we can't hear you.
That's
So
bizarre.
we have a delayed response.
Yeah, your audio's a little crackly too. I apologize for the crackly audio tonight, by the way, guys. Dawn and Blake just got back home after they've been on evacuation order for some time from their place from the White Rock Creek fire, and or White Rock Lake rather, but they're back now, and apparently the only problem they had was a little soot on the bed sheet because they forgot to close the vents. So this is good, but they haven't had a chance to make it out to replace their equipment. They're going to do that later, so bear with us tonight. I'm sure people can understand. All right, and let's go to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I play Arian. He is the little bit older, grizzled guy in the group. He used to be a sergeant and still thinks that way, so he believes he runs the ship and the Navy and everything else. His job is to keep these youngsters alive, and he's got a girlfriend these days, and we're at war, which makes his goddess happy, and he notes that Yasma, with normal humility, neglected to mention the fact that she's also discovered she's a crown princess. So, yeah. And our pronouns are he, him, both of us.
Awesome. All right, when we last left our intrepid heroes, they had made it across the flat world of permafrost from their landing site, and they were about to they were looking over the edge of the cliff at the harbor where a fleet of ships is parked, with the appropriate number of people as well to indicate that. They have noticed a distinct absence of the elves and gnomes that normally inhabit the port of Permafrost. But they are about to plan their assault with the bug suits. They have a ridiculous number of explosive charges. By the calculation of what they could make per day, they calculated something like 56 explosive charges. I don't know where
I
they're
think
going
it
to
was
carry them all.
54, but
54? Too many. Too goddamn many. It's going to make my life really hard, but we're going to try. Right? And yeah, they're gearing up for this battle. They've been preparing for this for some time. When we left it, because Chris was not here last week, we had it that because who was it? Esong, right? Elaine Songbird flubbed up the sailing check when they landed, lost control of her sheet. Arian jumped in to grab it, injured himself, and was stuck back at the ship. However, he has been in communication through the bug suits and the magic they've got set up to do that. Or, I don't know, could be radio. This is gnomes, so you never know, right? But he could probably swoop in to get in on the battle right before it started, which is kind of what I figured he might be doing. So, I figured he might pull like the Starfarer maneuver where he goes whoop, shoop, because up into the atmosphere and then back down, because one bug suit is unlikely to be noticed doing that, especially since you have the advantage of visibility because the sun is at the backs of everybody. Yeah.
Yep. Arian is currently painting death from above on his suit and getting ready for that exact occurrence.
I figured. I mean, it was a logical way to get back in. We seem to have lost Dawn and Blake. I guess they're having some reception troubles too, which is also understandable. But we'll carry on, and I'm sure they'll get back in there. There we go. All right, perfect. Yeah, Elaine Songbird says, in the meantime, I've been pleading with them to leave this off of my evaluation report.
We're back.
Welcome back. All right. So then, at about this time, Arian comes blasting through the atmosphere to land where you guys are, peering over the cliff. That was dramatic, says Celine.
What?
Well, your arrival is timely. We're just about to start the battle. What's your assessment here? Do you see anything we don't?
So what exactly do I see?
Well, it's the port of Permafrost, which you guys are familiar with, and there are Fomorians crawling all over it, and a whole butt ton of Fomorian ships in the harbor. There are people going about their business for the most part, except for the armed and armored military personnel that seem to be, at various observation points throughout the harbor. They're obviously, making sure there's no trouble. And you don't see a lot of gnomes or elves, which was mentioned. As a matter of fact, you don't see any off the top of your head.
Right? Do they seem to be unusually vigilant, or are they just kind of going through the motions? I
They're
begin
going
to
through the
tell.
motions. They obviously do not expect trouble. There's a couple of guys who look like they're in
I
an
mean,
animated
good.
conversation. Yeah, about they're like pretty close to the harbor. You can kind of hear their voices drifting back to you a bit, and they're talking about like, they're having a vigorous political argument. You think?
Yeah, since I don't speak any of those languages, I would have to guess based on the tone of voice.
You doubt it's philosophy, put it that way. It seems much more animated, but not animated enough to punch each other in the face quite.
Okay.
They aren't discussing sports.
Yeah, well, they could be. That might be the case, but they look more like intent than excited, Yeah.
Um. Okay. Looking at the harbor, do any of the ships look like they're, particularly getting ready to move out, like a shift in the orbital picket, or anything that's going to cause them to be more vigilant than the rest of the ships?
There are a couple of ships that are currently, they look like they're taking on some extra supplies at the moment.
So those couple might be an issue, man, because if they're getting ready to move out, then they're probably going to be paying more attention to what's going on than the guys who are on shore leave.
Yep, almost certainly.
What classes are they?
The ships?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very good question, and I probably should have been clearer about this before I started today, but just a second. I don't want it to be a huge fleet, right? So,
I
there are
meant,
no dreadnoughts, fortunately.
Thank God.
what are you talking about? That
What
would
are you
have been an
talking about?
Just a
opportunity.
couple hundred orcs.
That would have been an opportunity.
Target rich
Target
environment.
rich environment.
Oh, that's hilarious. There are, however, a couple of men of war.
Ooh.
Yes.
Which ones are getting ready to move out? That was what I was getting at, man.
Couple of frigates and a few corvettes.
So, bloody big fleet, bunch of orcs all over town and goblins. Couple of ships getting ready to move out. That means if we wait, there'll probably be a couple of ships coming down if they're changing orbital pickets. But if we blow those ones first, it could give us an advantage, cause them to be all, discombobulated and stuff. I think we should make those our priority for getting our charges on, man.
Yeah, I think you're right.
the bug suits are sealed and heated and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
There's no reason we can't go under the water.
There is no water. It is
Through
frozen.
oh, it's completely frozen.
Yep.
Yeah, they're floating in the gravity well.
Or they're landed on ice or on snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it had a really saline harbor or something. That's what they landed on. Okay. Well, we're definitely not going to bore through ice at this
Not at
point.
any speed anyway.
How are we going to approach those? Did we get our invisibility potions?
Yes.
Yes.
And how long do they last for?
8 minutes.
And how long do we think it would take us to, at a relatively low rate, non-howling through the sky flight speed, get over there where we could, theoretically use the invisibility to approach the ships that are getting ready to leave?
They're pretty close to the edge, so you'd have to. I'm gonna say it'd take you about 15 minutes to get over there if you're not like speeding along, which means
Okay.
you'd have about a 7-minute trip before you could take the invisibility potions there.
All right, if they're floating close to the edge, can we hug the edge wall and come in unseen? Is it in shadows since the sun's behind us and they're out in front of us?
A good theory. Somebody make me a luck roll. Or Crowley can always manipulate the odds.
For the delay.
Yeah, because you're listening to the stream, and I see that the stream is like.
Yes, he can.
I figured. All right. Feel free to have at it.
Just 1 second.
No worries. In the meantime, I'll say to Dazzlecat, who is part of the chat crew, of course, me and Moon would like to take 10 because we are using the ice canvas and my super polished bug suit as extra cover. Yes, that will be fine. You may take 10. Oh, and Stretch has offered. Once again, if you need dice rolls for anyone, I have my dice ready. In fact, they've not moved since the last time. No gaming. That's no fun.
We might stretch because Madrimlian is not here tonight.
That's right.
Is Madrimland ever really here?
That sounds like an existential question that I'm not answering. That just leads to, are any of us really here? Where is here anyway?
And what does that mean?
Why do we care about here?
Here we
What
go.
was I doing to manipulate?
It's a luck roll I asked the characters to make. Excuse me, as to whether or not the ships had landed of the fleet close enough to the edge that you guys could probably sneak over there unseen without availing yourselves of your invisibility potions.
So would that be a skill? Luck?
It's just what I would normally do is get people to roll a d20. High is good, low is bad. So you could apply it like a skill roll, yeah. I mean, your character's all about
Crowley
luck.
could use his special talent of, I believe we will be fortunate enough.
Yeah. I believe that it's a gamble, but 16 is my roll.
Awesome. Now, that is also subject to re-rolls for those of you who care to do those re-rolling things. While we're doing that, I'm going to switch over to the other player because we're about to get into a fight, and I think that we could use some combat music. And really, the sci-fi stuff, I'll just think of my stream the whole time, and I'm sure most of my regular folks will too, so I don't think I want to. But I'm trying to run only one of the players at a time, because last time when I ran two, we had Streamworks. So I did reboot before starting this time, so that could help. All right, where's a good fight music here? Uh-oh, I'm missing something. Top Gun soundtrack,
Top Gun
yeah.
soundtrack.
There
we go. Unfortunately, that's a DMC notice. So
yeah, I can't. I'm not allowed to use that. So, unfortunately, the Ender's Game soundtrack's also pretty good. I have to say, it would work too. All right.
Well, assuming that we can sneak over, kind of circle around and drop off the edge and sneak up in the shadow, then we should be able to get close enough to pop our potions of invisibility and then scooch our ass across there and plant our bombs in our previously determined areas of weakness.
This does make sense.
And at least blow the readying ships.
Mm-hmm.
You got any recommendations for good fight music in the fantasy player, dear?
The fantasy player?
Yeah.
Hell's Rebels?
Hell's Rebels. Actually, that is a good one, isn't it?
we are on permafrost, Cat.
All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let me know if it's too loud, gang.
Approximately under the masts along the keel of the hull.
All right. So, nobody chose to re-roll it, therefore, yeah, you're right close. You could probably... If you guys make a successful stealth check, you will manage to get across without alerting the bad guys. I should open up my character sheet.
14 on the dice. I think that gives me an 18.
I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Rolled a natural 22.
Nice.
34 for Crowley.
Get the right die, because that's important.
And Stretch can roll for
19 for Von Ven.
19 for Von Ven, okay.
Stretch can roll for
And yep, I'll just go and check and see what that is. Oh, good lord. Whatever it is, it gets a plus 17 to it.
Nice. Okay. That's what I want right there.
13 on the die. Somebody else can math that.
30.
13
30.
plus 17, 30.
Yep. I spent
Alright.
45 minutes straight today whacking nerds, so mathing is not happening.
And apparently she came in third and made the whole tournament too, which is, impressive as shit.
Considering I'm the oldest person in the park, damn straight.
Awesome.
And the only two guys that beat me out were big young guys with long arms and big ass fucking shields. By the end of it, though, I was either tying them or killing them, so most of the time. So
Excellent.
I didn't make my 5 in a row to get a second Order of the Warrior, but I did get better at killing guys with shields, so there's that.
I get to use my pretty new math rocks. All right.
Math rocks. Yay.
Yes, I like my
Yay,
math rocks.
shiny pretty math rocks.
I like shiny pretty. Oh Christ. Okay.
Me too.
The bad guys
Although I
rolled
already
like
have
absolute
lots.
fucking ding dongs. If anybody cares to use rerolls, just letting the audience know. 13 on the die from a Dremlian.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, that gives him like 30 something.
Got the chat crew rolls. Good stuff.
All right. Have a reroll.
Oh, you would like the bad guys to roll better?
Well, you said you needed a reroll.
No, I don't need a reroll. I'm just saying if the audience wants to reroll.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Are you changing your mind now?
Oh well.
You are the player.
Save it.
Save it. All right. Yeah, you guys have no
Save it for when
trouble
someone needs one.
sneaking in. None at all. As a matter of fact, you think that there might be a mutiny going on board the ship that you happen to approach because there's a huge argument happening. They're fucking oblivious. They rolled a 1. La 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 la.
Good. Plant some charges on their backs.
Yeah, they won't even notice that. They're so oblivious. They're high.
Yeah, why not arguing? Just take a ton and put it on their back.
They're high and drunk.
Yeah, that's it.
And in trouble with their bosun, so.
Yeah, and in trouble with their bosons because they're high and drunk. And the bosons just rah 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 rah. They start running around the ship,
Polishing shit.
No, first they're gonna run laps. That's what they're doing. And now notice our drum, which indicates we are beating to quarters, which means we are in a fight. Alright, roll some, let's see. Nah, yeah, you guys plant your charges. I guess that's not really combat, so they don't notice you. One guy's picking his nose, I don't know. Rolled a 1. It's hilarious.
Somebody's on shrooms, they're stretched out on the deck, spread eagle, looking at the sky, going, look at all the pretty colors.
Yeah, pretty much.
Waving their hand to look at the tracers.
Yep. Yep.
So how many charges do each of us have?
You have a total of 54 between you. How did you choose to divide them?
I believe we split them evenly between the people that had an actual alchemy or use magical device score of any amount.
I have knowledge engineering, which I used last time.
Yeah.
Yep, that works too. Okay, Daz got 10.
So that's probably. I know Bonvin counted because she has used magic device 14. So she has some. Adrimlian has some. Obviously, Arian is somehow getting some. And Crowley probably had some.
There are so many, by the way, that I figured you guys would at least give some to the chat crew. right? And then
Yeah.
that way they can
Uh,
describe what they're doing.
Yeah, if they had the skills relevant to use them, which was use magic device or alchemy.
Yeah,
Or
or
knowledge
Or
engineering.
engineering. And I do believe Taz's character had some.
Yeah. I
I
just
can't
remembered.
count tonight. I'm
I
sorry.
remembered there was enough that everyone got 9. Who was getting them?
A couple of people got 10.
Yeah.
Really? Hold on a minute here. There's 7 of us in the chat right now. There were 54. 7 times 9 is 56, isn't it? No.
No.
Not everyone has the skills.
6 times 9
don't
is
have
54.
Right. Oh, okay, not everyone has the skill. Alright, so who doesn't have the skill?
Rodel.
Okay,
Yasma.
Ruaville Yasma. Alright. Alright, so that's 2. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we'll say everybody has 9. Keep track of them, guys. It's going to be important. Right? Well, it probably won't be. You probably won't run out. There's ridiculous amounts of charges here. It's silly, but...
I mean, we know to take out, like, a Corvette, it takes... They're 2 masters, right?
Yep.
So we know it takes 2 charges to take out a Corvette. I think we can assume it'll probably take 3 to take out a frigate,
Yep.
since they're 3 masters. So it won't take us long to go through them. This kind of has shades of the jungle with Shandar to it.
You remember this scene, yeah. That's book 2. They haven't seen that one yet. Yep.
We now know where Shandar gets his love of things that go boom, and it wasn't his dad.
No, it was not. It was his mother. Yes. I know. She seems so sedate and quiet, doesn't she? All right. So, yes,
Only he knew.
so I guess we're going to start with, you figured that we would start with the ones that look like they were moving out. So, a couple of Corvettes, couple frigates. So, who is contributing the charges and how many? Keep track of what you lost. So,
Let's empty Arian first.
okay.
So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we assume since he's one of the stronger guys, he is one of the ones carrying the 10, then we could empty him and he could go back to just being, a fighter and watching everyone else's back.
Makes sense. Okay, so
Seems
Arian
sensible.
is without his charges. You guys set the charges. Now what are you doing?
Move on to the next round of ships.
We're gonna set
The
all the
next
charges
closest
before.
biggest
Okay,
ones.
more stealth rolls, guys. Be moving between the ships in the harbor.
Actually, we have to give those ones timers. How long a timers can we put on those damn things?
I'm not sure, and unfortunately, both of our alchemical designer people are not here tonight.
Well, what type of it's a pressure explosive, right? It's basically nitroglycerin.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it probably, presumably, it's like a timed weight that, or something that's tied, like a fire burning a line that will snap eventually and then cause a big something to drop or fling itself.
I would assume it's probably acid eaten through the
Oh yeah,
from a
acid works
dripper,
too.
so there's not a bunch of smoke and stuff. They won't be
Or a wind-up spring.
Could be some kind of spring trigger mechanism. Yep, could be acid drip. Probably not a fuse.
Yeah. So if we assume that they're not super accurate, I'd say I mean, it's our first try making this kind of stuff, right? We're not going to be experts at it.
Nope.
I would say we could probably get somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, depending on how they're designed, before the first one goes off, and then the other ones will go off at some point in between that 5 and 10 minutes.
Right. Okay. So we'll say you guys created a 10-minute timer because you probably were smart enough to try to get as much time as you could.
Right.
So
Sure.
these guys are going off in 10 minutes. So then, move on to the next round of ships.
Yep.
How did people do on their stealth rolls? Basically, I want to know if anybody got less than 10.
Okay.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just take 10 because my stealth is like plus 14.
Yeah.
Rolled a 1, which gives me a stealth of 12.
Nice.
And luckily, skills are not crit fails, so
Yep.
Not in Pathfinder, anyways.
I rolled a 19 plus 4 gives me a 23.
Brilliant. Yeah, the bad guys didn't roll too badly this time. Not great, but I figure they're already distracted from whatever the fuck's going on over there with,
26.
12 for Von Vin. I rolled a 10.
Okay. How'd Madrimlian do there, Stretch?
The Dremlin has a plus 17. So unless
Never
he rolls
mind.
a 1,
Never mind. Not even
Even if
bother.
he rolls a 1.
There's no point in rolling if there's no point in rolling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If he were here, I'd make him roll, because just in case he fumbled, I would have a risk of being noticed,
Mm-hmm.
right? But since he's not here, that's no fun, right?
yeah.
So, okay. You guys set the next set of charges. Who is contributing these? This is a group of, let's see, probably, I don't want the fleet to be, like, gigantic. There's a total of 24 ships.
You figure that's probably 3 men of war with 6 frigates. That gets you to 9.
Mhm.
Another 6 sloops gets you to 15.
Mhm.
Figure probably 8 corvettes. That gets you to 23.
Okay,
And-
and then like a handful of torpedo boats, basically.
Yeah. Handful of gunboats.
There's probably also fighter craft, but they're probably like, 1 or 2 lashed to some of the bigger ships, right?
Yep.
They're not currently active, obviously. So, yep.
Or they could even be landed inside town. Just
That would make sense.
We'll use Von Vin's charges unless somebody else wants to volunteer theirs. Just
Nope.
because she sucks at stealth.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to work on this in terms of, like, charges, so... Let's see. Yeah, we said there were 3 men of war, so 2 of the men of war haven't been dealt with yet. Yeah.
those would probably be our primary targets after the ready ships.
Yep.
Yep.
So we'll deal with those next. How many did I say you took out a frigate?
3.
3. So probably, I'd imagine 5 for a man of war and 7 for a dreadnought. That seem right to you, or the other way around? 9 for a dreadnought? Not that they have any dreadnoughts. I'm just, keeping them on
Yeah,
for
well-
the future.
Yeah, they're probably 9 for a dreadnought. Just figures put 3 per mast, because there's still 3 masters, right?
Yep, there's still
they're
3
just
masters. That's true. If you blow all 3 masts, it can't go anywhere.
But their hulls will be heavier. It will take more to punch through them and break the keels, because everything will be constructed heavier. So,
Yep.
yeah. I'd say maybe...
So double up on the maths.
Yeah,
So
I'd say maybe 6 for a man of war then,
Mhm.
and then go 9 on a dreadnought.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so we need 12 more. So that drains Von Vin's charge is there, and Yeah, we'll do Arden's next because he's actually a fairly good combatant too.
Mm-hmm.
So Arden is currently down 3 charges. Make your next stealth rolls, guys.
How long did it take us to set the second set of charges?
Actually, that's true. This is about the time that's probably going off, isn't it? Yep. All right. So, you guys hear this kablooey? Just bambo. I wonder if I have a good explosion noise here. I didn't hear you, dear. I think you're muted.
Ruvel says, I wonder what the hell that was.
Here we go. Huge explosion.
Somebody farted. Somebody was lighting fart bombs. It's been helpfully. Probably those drunk stoned guys.
Then almost immediately in short succession, another explosion. And people are like, what the hell? And of course their ship's burning and shit in pieces.
Ass tumbling all over the harbor.
Yep. People are like, what the hell? We're under attack! Now, where are you guys when this happens? You're probably right around a ship. Alright, let's see. What are the odds they actually see you? They are looking around for an attack, but at the same time, their eyes
We're
are
invisible.
You're invisible, right? And the eyes are obviously going to be drawn over to the explosion. All right, so people.
Which we're nowhere by.
Okay, so a bunch of people start getting into some of the gun emplacements that have been set up because, of course, there's a defense battery that has been set up here. There's only a couple of them, but they're there, and people start manning those. A couple of people start running for their ships, right? You see some guy in the harbor starting to give orders. He's a big orc.
Over the radio in a soft voice, not whispering or anything.
Yep.
Darian will say, target acquired.
Stay on
That's
target.
first.
Stay on target. Yeah. About now,
I say
another
I saw him
explosion.
first.
What's that?
Say I saw him first.
Go get him, boys, says Celine.
Hand over your charges first. We'll keep charging things.
On charges. We don't
Another
need
charge
to
goes off?
charges.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yep. So
Yep.
we'll start moving towards the obvious boss orc.
Hmm?
All right, so basically we're assaulting the leader as a group, or are we splitting up at this point?
Avalana, ma'am. You said go get them.
Yep,
So
that's true. So that's where they're going. What are other people
Yeah.
doing? Do they see... Clear the path for them. I think that's what the rest of us will do. Let's clear a path for them, says Celine.
Avalana.
All right, roll initiative.
Boom, boom, boom.
boom, 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 boom.
Chat crew wants to continue to set booms.
Okay, chat crew is welcome to continue to set booms. Celine will throw her charges at whoever is still setting booms and say, yeah, keep going.
I got 23 for initiative.
Nice. I should get my notes out here and write shit down.
That would be Daz. And I think we have Moon and Esong, but they're not officially here. Because
Why is
they're
it
not
that I
in
never have
chat
scrap
this
paper
evening.
when I want it? Damn it. Ah, here we go. Okay. Ruavel, 23. All right.
I'm rolling on a whomping 11.
Okay.
Holy crap. I rolled a 19, so plus 2 is 20, 21. Oh, no, that's an 18. So, 20.
Okay,
For
20
Von Vin.
for Von Vin.
I'm just looking at Madrimlians. Holy. That's combat maneuvers. Where is his? Oh, there's his initiative. I'm just waiting to see stretches. Oh yeah, we got Esong and Moon and Daz who are still setting booms, and technically Moon, but I don't see Moon in chat. So 16 plus 2 is 17, 18. Crowley goes with the charge crew. Okay.
Because I still have all of my charges.
Okay. Still
So
gotta roll for
18 from
initiative though,
Madrimlian.
guys.
20 for my roll.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
I rolled a nat 20 and Don rolled a 9.
Okay.
10. That's a 6. Total 10.
Total of 10. Pardon me, she rolled a 6.
Okay, and you rolled a nat 20. So what is that actually, like 30 or something for you?
26.
Okay. Am I missing anyone? Let's see here. Yes, we do not have Arden.
I got 32.
Arden has
I rolled
32.
net 20 on initiative.
Fuck me. Good job, guys.
How do you get plus 12 to initiative?
I add my int modifier.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically a sword singer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Daz rolled a total of 5. That's hilarious. Elaine Songbird is with the ship that crashed, coordinating communications. He already said that. Right? I think that's where Sparkle is as well. Right? Daz said, ducks down with Moon and covers self and Moon with the canvas. As we are ducked down, we get run over by panicked orcs who think we are debris. And Moon straggles in at the back and says, wait, I got booms to use. And, yeah, okay, take 2 points of damage from trampling. Because I'll go with your stuff. That sounds like fun. This dice is about to go to jail. That's awesome. All right. Does anybody care to re-roll any of this? I'll roll a couple things for the bad guys, okay? So, mooks get... Goblins get... the dice like you guys tonight? I'm just saying.
Dice always like me.
They like you. Orcs get... Ogres get... Ooh. And the commander gets. Alright. Uh-oh, I don't like the ooh, says Daz. Yeah. Did well for ogres. Alright. So, for the most part, the bad guys tended to get about average rolls. I'll let you know that. The commander got a decent one, but he rolled pretty average, so, you know, unless you want to be particularly cruel to him, guys, then you're not going to get much better than that. The characters rolled like fucking gangbusters except for Arian and Yasma. So, does anybody care to use a reroll for anything? Rowan, you have one queued.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Nah. I'll save it.
Okay. Anyone else? Going once. Going twice. Daz is redeeming a reroll. What are we using the reroll for? The low player initiatives. All right, the lowest player initiative was Yasma. Yasma, reroll.
I don't know where Sable went.
Apparently, we had a Bork again.
We'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, sorry guys. Apparently, we had another Bork. Not sure why. I wasn't doing anything. I'm not doing nothing, man.
23 for Yasma.
Alright, I think we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Not really sure what the deal is there. I think Zoom does some weird things sometimes.
Anyway, did you hear the 23
Yeah,
from Yasma?
23
Sable?
for Yasma. That's great. Okay. Alright, first up is Arden. What are you doing?
I'm going to swift action, apply, use one of my arcane points, and apply, let's see, we'll we'll add flaming and frost. Because I am high enough level I can do 2.
Okay, that would be your action for the round, though, right?
No. It's a swift action to enhance my
Right.
weapon.
Swift action. Can you do 2 swift actions in a round?
No, it's a swift action to do the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It's one action to apply both.
Okay.
Because normally I get to buff it by the amount of at my current level +2. Burning takes making it extra fire damage takes 1 point, and making it do frost damage takes another point, and it already does corrosive.
Gotcha.
So I basically added 2d6 of extra damage when I hit something.
Makes sense.
And then before I engaged in melee, I'm going to cast mirror image. It's 2d4 plus 1.
Okay, okay, that is your action for the round then, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah. Oh no, God, I got. That was so I got 3 images of myself now, and then I'm gonna go and engage one of them in melee for my movement. If I can do that.
Well, that'll be your next round. You can move. You can take an action, which was casting the spell. You can do the swift action, which doesn't count against either, right? And then that's it. So basically,
yeah, if I'm not in melee with somebody, that's even better, because then I can cast another spell.
Okay.
I can cast like Shocking Grass or something, and then go and attack someone.
Okay, yes, but again, that would be next round.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. Ruvel and Yasma go at the same time. Which one of you has the higher dexterity?
Yasmus is 18.
Yasma's is 18. Ruvel's is?
$18.
Shit.
I'll let her go first. I don't care.
All right, Yasma, what are you doing?
Clobber an orc.
Yeah, whoever's closest to me. I'm going to sneak up behind them and.
You're not. Well, are we invisible still?
Are we?
Until you attack.
Yeah, so I guess I'm still invisible too. So
all right. So you can sneak. Okay,
well,
yep.
Up behind, then I can just go face to face. I am going to take one swipe with the scimitar on one arm and then another swipe on their other arm, so their weapons are useless.
Okay, do you have a sneak attack?
No.
No.
Well, it was worth checking.
Okay. Hold on 1 second while I roll.
Okay.
So on the first attack, I got 15 total. On the second attack, I've got 15 total.
All right. Is there flat-footed in Pathfinder? Yes, there is.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he doesn't even see the first one coming. Roll damage. You hit both times.
Oh, 1d6. 3. 2, 5. 5 for the first one.
Okay.
6, 3, and 9 for the second one.
Okay, that guy's dead.
Yay!
Hacked off both his arms and bled to death.
Yep, pretty much. He went hack. He went. All right, excellent. Ruvel.
Ruvel is going for the main boss.
Yep,
I am charging it.
charging. All right.
Got, it's not a threat, but it's a good roll. 30.
30. Yeah, you hit.
Damage.
24 damage. Holy crap. Yeah, Ruvel just like runs in or just like flies in like a fucking boss, right? And reappears when he's inside the guy's defenses. The guy's like standing there giving orders like this. He's one of these big orcs, right? And then all of a sudden there's a Ruvel smacking him in the fucking, I don't know, what did you hit him with?
My sword?
The sword. Yeah, his sword.
Run him through.
Running through. Okay, you see the sword flare to life, flying like a spear, and then as it makes contact, Ruvel, the bug suit, appear, and he skewers him basically kind of underneath his rib cage, right? Glurk, and he's like, ugh! A little bit of blood drips out of his mouth. Definitely a good hit. He's not dead yet. He's a commander.
Not dead yet.
Good shot. That's your turn? No more actions this round?
No, I had to move.
Right, you had to move. Okay.
That's why I charged.
You know what? I missed Crowley. Crowley should have gone before this. Now he's setting charges, but it's relevant. So what's your next plan? Move on to the next biggest ship, or?
Yeah, I'm going to, how many of those little pods did there were, like little defenses for the ground?
I'm sorry, what?
The defensive gun emplacements he's asking about.
There are 5.
Okay, I'm going to take 5 of the charges I got, give the rest to the other crew and tell them to continue on ships, and I'm going to sneak over and try and get one next to each of those emplacements.
Good idea. Excellent job. Okay. Yeah, you head over there and start laying charges near one of these gun emplacements. You're still invisible and you haven't attacked anybody, so they don't notice you.
Okay.
I just realized I forgot to roll for the batteries. Not that it really matters.
West of the boundaries, lunacy has found me. Cannot of the battle, right?
It's very difficult to hit, like, man-sized targets with siege weapons.
Yep.
Just really tough. And what they've got is, like, catapults and shit, right? This is old-fashioned warfare here, guys. Alright. Selena's next. Slap down one of those entangles. Bam! More in the interest of keeping the henchman from attacking you guys while you attack him. So. My sheets are all discombobulated here. Anybody remember what the spell was called?
Tentacle.
Or were you using the tentacle one?
The tentacles, yes.
Black tentacles.
I don't think it was black tentacles, was it? Because it didn't drain life, it just entangled people.
No, the black tentacles is the first of them, I think. Not enervating tentacles.
Right. Well, what the hell? That's what she does. Okay.
Does natural armor stack with regular armor in Pathfinder?
Yes. There's generally 3 types of armor. There's normal armor that you wear, natural armor, and deflection bonus.
Thank you, Tess.
Okay. Yep. Dad says someone yells an orc, beware shrapnel. Okay, so we're going to go with, let's see, right, just a second here.
Boom, 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 boom. Where is the
Yes.
earth-shattering kaboom?
There's already been a few.
Lots of earth-shattering kaboom. Soon there will be more earth-shattering kaboom, and it will be awesome.
Speaking of which, the last one goes off about now. I'm just looking for the spell so I can remember what it did. I went to the archives of Nephthys instead. Because at least they list shit in alphabetical order. I don't know, my...
Yeah, that's nice.
I know, right?
Actually, as we were getting everything set up, since I knew it was like combat day, I went to Nephthys and I opened like all my spells as separate windows.
That's a clever idea.
Well, tabs, but you know. So that I had them for quick reference. I really miss that PDF sheet that Aaron had for our spell lists, where we just had check boxes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Gave a brief rundown of the spell.
I think this basically worked like your Entangle spell, more
So
or
handy as
less.
a cleric.
Right, Rowan? So what is the roll that it says that I have to roll to determine who gets caught?
Oh, I have black tentacles here if you're looking, if that's the one you're looking for.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Listed here being as Sorcerer Wizard 4, I assume it's Witch the same.
Yeah, probably.
It's medium range, you can cast it out 100 feet plus 20 feet per level. It
Huh.
makes a 20-foot radius spread. Each creature within that area of the spell is the target of a combat maneuver check made to grapple each round at the beginning of your turn.
Right.
Moving the round that the black tentacles is cast. Creatures that enter the area effect are also automatically attacked. When determining the tentacles CMB, the tentacles use your caster level as their base attack bonus, +4 because they're strength and +1 for size.
Got it.
So if they grapple, it does 1d6 plus 4 points of damage.
Got it. Okay, I don't think that I'm going to be able to avoid casting this in an area where we might not also end up engaging some of the tentacles unless I kind of put it nearby, but then there's no guarantee that any of the mooks are going to run into it, right? So...
Yeah, but we can all be flying. If we're smart, we are not got our feet on the ground. We are...
The tentacles will still grab you.
They
Can
will.
you see a barracks or something where they're coming boiling
There's
out of?
an idea. Yeah, she'll throw it at the barracks. That makes much more sense. You're muted.
Yeah,
here?
throw it at the door of the barracks.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah, she throws it at the door of the barracks. Wham! All right. Now that's an attack, so she appears now, flying towards them in the bug suits. Next, Von Bin, your turn.
Since we're all prudently not got our feet on the ground, because everybody knows that Von Bin's lockdown is quack grass, incredibly tough. Round of entangle, please.
And where are you putting yours?
Toss a pot.
Sorry?
Probably to cover the boss area to help keep people from going to his aid. Since Ruvel is airborne.
There's no real back area. The guy's on the dock.
Boss area.
Oh, the boss area. Okay, so
Yep.
Ruvel, make in a grapple check for, or
Even though I'm flying.
Strength.
Yeah, even though I'm flying.
Yeah, they'll still try to grab
Okay.
you. Arian
Okay.
said that, and he's right.
Yeah, but that's tentacles, not grass. Tall grass, weeds, other plants. Quack grass is a
Yeah, I
ground
don't think
critter.
it reach, but I have to be within melee range of the guy, so I think that it would probably be able to reach me.
Just put it right behind him so it covers the area behind him and doesn't get to Ruvel.
Yeah,
You'll still have to
that
make
works.
a check this round just because of where it
Okay,
is.
I rolled a strength check is 19.
I am sure that
You're
more
not
than
wrong.
does it.
Okay, grass springs up.
Grass
Vines
says,
start
"Holy
grabbing
Christ, it's
shit."
cold," and goes back into the ground.
Are you kidding? This
Actually,
is
you
quack
can
grass.
see frost already starting to form on the vegetation.
Yeah.
They will probably not survive more than a couple rounds. Complications. All right, but good move, so that people don't get swarmed, which is excellent. Moving on, the next one is Madrimlian. So let's see.
All right. He is likely to use his fucking mind thingy.
Yeah, I think he's likely to
One of them
brain
anyway.
fry people. The stretch is ready. Okay, so what's
I'm
the roll
just
for that? Does anybody
looking
remember?
at his. Just give me a second here.
Okay.
Okay, are we talking mind thrust or are we
Yes.
talking yeah, okay. So that I think that's a singular target.
Mhm.
He has a +1 to it, whatever that is, and he can boost it by spending extra psionic points. Unfortunately, Siobhan put a link to it on the Corriganda page, but not a detail link of what they flip and do, just to be annoying. Okay, we'll do this then. Psychic check.
He has to make an attack roll. If he's successful, they get a will save for half damage. It does a D10 damage for each point of power points that he puts into it. He can put in up to 4.
It's 25 feet plus 5 feet for 2 levels for mine.
Yeah, it's close range. So he's got to be within 45 feet first.
Okay, Stretch rolled a 17 on the die, so what's the holes are out?
That means that the guy has to make a will save.
Against what? 17?
No,
It's a
against
level
his
1, so
It's-
whatever 10 plus 1 plus his primary
intelligence
ability.
modifier. What's his intelligence?
Just a sec here. His intelligence modifier is +5.
So he's got to roll 16.
Okay, he goes, ah! Alright, and how much damage does it do? D10?
4d10.
40. Fuck me.
Up to 5 if he dumped 4 points in it.
Right. No, he can only dump up to 4 points total. It costs 1 point to do it. So
Okay, yeah, that's right. So,
Do
yeah.
you care to roll damage, Stretch? Since you are rolling for Madrimlian tonight, you may if you wish. If you do not want to, I will roll it.
17 damage.
Alright. Brilliant.
On 40-10?
On 4 die 10, you rolled 17. You suck.
That was kind of a shit roll. We do have a reroll queued.
Yeah, reroll that. Reroll those
Alright,
40
reroll that,
10
Stretch.
stretch.
We want better rolls on 40-10.
Yeah, definitely.
When we fry a brain, we want it to fry.
We want to
Not just
smell
sizzle.
brain tissue burning. We want to see smoke coming out their ears, man.
We scramble an egg. We really scramble an egg. 22.
Mhm.
That's what average.
That's a little better.
It's average damage.
Alright. Nice. Stretch says, this is great. I get to use my new dice set I bought at the local Comic-Con. Awesome. I'm also using my new dice. These are mine for the good guys, the sparkly new metal ones that my honey got me, right? And these are my ones for the bad guys. These are the brass metal ones that my honey got me. So, yeah. Math rocks. Love them. Okay. Yeah, so he's like, his knees are kind of buckling, the commander now.
And for Arian to hit him.
This is his turn, but does he, the commander, does he count as stunned at this point?
It's up to you. He doesn't count as stunned. He just has got a splitting fucking headache.
Okay, no,
Probably
he
really
goes,
angry.
"Rah!" and he hits you with an axe, or at least he tries to.
I dodge.
Yeah, you should. You see this big motherfucking axe.
Yep.
I rolled a 1. Does anybody care to re-roll? I doubt it somehow.
No. And Bob's not here, man.
Yeah, Bob's not here, man. I'm hearing a resounding silence, so that is a critical fumble, I believe. Do I still have I crit and I fumble on here? I do, okay. Because I think these are fun. So let's see what he does to himself with this axe. Or, you know, his buddies. The axe flies out of his hand and down the ice. Shoop!
Good job, buddy. I say in Orcish.
That axe was too good for you.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
The appropriate response. Shades of another game a long time ago, right? The woman?
Yup.
That's two
That's
fumbles
too good
on
for you.
sword rods.
This one's too good for you too. And so's that one. Guy making critical fumbles. Yeah, it was a classic
While
moment.
drawing weaponry.
All right. Ogre turn. Couple of ogres come charging in. Ah!
Ogres.
This could suck. 7 of you. 1 of you isn't here. There's 6. Roll a d6. Because I'm not really sure where they're coming from, so I'll just randomly choose who to attack. We'll do it in this order. Rowan's 1, I'm 2, Arian's 3, Ruvel's 4, Arden is 5, and Yasma is 6.
Arian's still
I think
invisible.
I'm still invisible
Right.
because I didn't attack.
D4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
4.
Okay. That's how we're going to do it. And naturally, it's Ruvel again for the first one.
Yes. I win. What did I win?
You won
An
a
attack to
club
the
to the
face.
head. That's what you won. What's your AC?
21.
Pow! Now, what does an ogre do with a club for damage?
2d6.
86 plus strength.
Plus strength, which is like what?
Plus
Plus 6?
4.
Plus
Plus
8.
4. Plus 5.
Plus 4, plus 5. Alright. You take 9 points of damage.
Well, that just made me angry.
As he's flying along, there's an ogre that comes up and hits him like a baseball bat. Pooh! He goes, whoo, since he's already in motion. Just kind of,
I'm gonna kill that ogre next.
I bet you are. A second ogre attacks.
Ruvel.
Bless you. Yes, he does.
Playing baseball.
They're playing baseball with Ruvel. Ooh, does the blow knock him off course? Yes, it does. What was your armor class again?
21.
21? Yeah, he missed. Third ogre attacks.
Whiff.
Or 20, rather. Sorry, I swear I lied.
Nah, he still misses. You roll like shit. Unless somebody wants rerolls. But I don't get the sense our audience is at all on the bad guy's side this time, so I'm not even gonna pause and hesitate here unless somebody jumps up and screams. So, all right. So Yasma, this ogre is attacking you. What is your armor class?
There
23?
it is. 24.
24. Okay. He misses. The other ogre I'm going to rule is still not in combat yet. Esong says, I joined the crew. That changes things. Hashtag self-interest. All right. Arian, your turn.
Okay, so the boss guy's still up.
Yeah, he doesn't look healthy, but he's still up.
How close to me is he, or is there anybody within 5 feet of me? I guess at this point, since they all went rushing around everywhere.
Yeah, you haven't quite reached him yet. You could get one of these ogres within 5 feet. And a bunch of goblins.
Okay. I'll step up and flank. I'll take a 5 foot up and flank the ogre that's probably flanking Ruvo.
I look at the ogre and say, "You is dumb."
Just a sec here.
Hey, Dragon Magpie, good to see ya. We're in the middle of the fight.
All right, it slices it.
You have
dices.
entered a combat zone.
It slices it, dices it, makes Julianne fries.
Let's hope, eh?
Oh, really? Really?
Uh-oh. 1?
No. 18, 19, 20, 18.
1990, 2018, he threats on an 18.
Well, roll to confirm all those fuckers.
I actually crit on a 16 to 20. So,
How do you get 16?
keen Thornblade, so it has the wider.
It should be 15 to 20.
Yeah, it should be 15.
Okay. Oh, then I got it written down now.
Sable rubs her temples. DM dismay. All right.
Okay, so the first roll to confirm is only a 17, 18, 19.
Okay, that does still confirm. They don't have very good armor classes, these guys, ogres.
Okay.
No,
But they
ogres.
have lots and lots and lots and lots of hit points.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they have
everything,
lots and lots of big swords in it.
so everything confirms then.
Everything confirms. All right.
So let's see.
It's
Roll me
that's-
some damage.
Now let's see. 9 times 8 is 72.
Christ.
73 plus 8 is 81 plus 5 is 86 plus
I'm not biscuits, Cap.
90, 96, 99, 101.
Yeah, you chop him up into little fucking pieces they can make stew out of. He's dead. He's just dead.
Ruel just looks at him as he makes that stunned ogre look on his face and shrugs. Goes back to the other guy.
Frank. Sorry about that.
Fucking blood everywhere now. It's all covered in it. Blood everywhere. As a matter of fact,
I imagine everybody on the battlefield right now just stops, looks like.
Yeah.
I
Hit
was
him 4
actually
times.
going to
First
give these guys.
shots.
Oh no, go
I
ahead.
did-
Sorry.
Hit him 4 times. First shots took off his legs. Second shots took off his arms.
Come back. It's just a flesh wound. Yeah.
I only rolled, my highest roll to confirm was an 11. So, but they still all confirmed.
Yep, they do. Yeah, this is why I'm throwing a bunch of shit at you guys, right? Because I know these guys, you know, most guys are pretty low level. There's a couple really tough fuckers here, but they're not going to be all in one place, you know?
Right.
All right, so yeah, I was going to actually give the bad guys a chance of noticing the invisible people because they just got sprayed with blood. Right? So there's like blood hanging off your arm, you know, your invisible arm in the air as you're flying along and stuff. But no, they roll like garbage again. So...
That blood's flying.
Oh, yeah. You know, Arians, of course, make him
But
flourish.
there's a lot of blood flying around.
Yeah.
Arian is, of course, what? Sorry?
Making flourishes, so even more blood's flying everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. Sword singer training? No, you're not a sword singer, are you? Or
No,
Okay.
I'm just a flashy hack you up crit counter.
it's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. The ogre just turned to pate. I wonder what the goblins are going to do.
Run away!
Run away!
They might. Goblins are not exactly the bravest fuckers in the world, right?
Yeah, and an ogre just literally separated into like 100 pieces and went flying everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, what the
You have
hell?
over an eye on.
All right.
Fuck
Get
this
with ogre.
board. They're not paying us enough for this shit.
Yeah, so like 3/4 of the goblins are gone. They're like, that were like right around here. So that'll only leave a couple to attack. Let's see. They're going to be annoying. All right. But that's the thing, right? When you fight a lot of things at the same time, eventually they might gang up on you.
Yep.
And they will kill you with 1,000 paper cuts. All right. The first one attacks Von Vin. Armor class, please.
Alright. Just making sure I have the right sheet, 7 Vermilion sheet up too. 20.
Missed. And... Ooh! Threat!
I'll reroll that.
I figured. Spend your points. Yeah. Moon, get down, says Dazzle Cat. Moon and Daz duck down under the canvas as they get run over by stampeding goblins. Take 1 point of damage each for stampeding.
Point of stampede damage.
Oh, Christ. The goblin's like, ah!
You guys should be setting charges, man.
They're
They
trying.
were on the trying, but they got ran over. Not one, but 2 stampedes now.
Exactly. Alright, second goblin attacks. We have 5 people now that are visible, don't we? Celine! What is my armor class? Okay. Goblin goes, yeah!
Stabs his buddy in the back as he moves away.
Something like that.
That would be hilarious.
And yells, I meant
slips.
to do that, coward.
Slips, falls on the ice, wins himself. Says, catch your breath, you can only take a move action next round.
And he's also prone.
And he's prone. Yep. So there is a goblin that is
Slain.
prone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Daz and Moon are setting more charges. Yes, they should be actually. It's about the time where their term came up. Am I not funny? That's great. Esong says next Kickstarter, Sable needs to have a stretch goal of Sable-inspired RPG sound effects. You like my sound effects too? Okay. That's great. Okay, number 4. That is Ruavel again. This time, isn't it? Yes. Armor class again was?
20.
20.
Did they move past me trying to get to Ruvel?
No, there was just a bunch of guys who were kind of around the area,
Okay.
right? So it's a chaotic foobar. It's just everywhere, right? So you have 18 booms. How many
What a
ships
rich
can you blow
environment.
up? Basically, roughly one It requires 1 charge per mast unless it's something bigger, right?
And we've already taken care of the bigger one.
Yeah, and the big one's a bit different.
So between 6 and 9.
I thought there were still 2 more mana wars out there that needed to be put down, or
Nope,
did we get
nope,
those
you got them.
already?
You got the mana wars, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's still corvettes, frigates, etc., right? But okay, so I doubt that a goblin has +8 modifier attack
Doubt
bonus. Yeah, so missed. Last of the non-coward goblins tries to attack Ruvel again.
Tell him to just give up.
And he hits! What does, like, one of those goblin Icklaws do?
D6 plus strength.
Gotcha. Which is probably not, right?
Probably about 3 points. Goblins are pretty strong, and it's 2-handed weapon.
Well, that was a terrible damage roll for you. 9 points.
9 points.
Unless, of course, there's rerolls, but...
Stabs me in the leg.
Okay, to answer some questions, yes, we do have long-distance communication, but only to people in the bug suits, right? I'm not sure how you would jam the other signals, right? Because it's basically people are communicating by scrying at this point, except you guys, who are using whatever no magic they used, right? Which might be radio. I don't know.
Or some modification of the message spell.
Yeah, or some modification of the message spell. Well, that would be difficult to jam. Yeah. So, but what you could be doing that would be very significant to do is keep an eye out for... How about Jelly Jam? There's only one man who would dare to give me the raspberry. Lone Star! Smack. Anyway, I may have seen that movie one too many times. Hacking into the scry and scream. Hack into the scry and scream random crap really loud. That's actually fucking brilliant. How would you hack into the scry? You'd have to scry the other commanders, right?
I'd say you'd have to scry the scrying eye of the scry of their scry.
Yep. That sounds
never
reasonable
have
to me.
thought of this. That's fucking brilliant. And I don't see any reason why you couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's your magely types?
I think that you would
Mariama.
need to make a some sort of level check maybe to be able to fuck with things like that.
Concentration.
Concentration.
But yeah.
Alright. And Mariama. Do you know what Mariama's score in concentration is?
Yep.
Well, Mariama rolled a 17 on the die.
So she gets 30.
I'd say that probably does just about anything that's in the area. So basically what happens is that Elaine Songbird goes to Mariama and says, "Ma'am, I have a thought." Right? And tells her her idea. And she says, "That's brilliant." And she sets to work on the scrying device, which is a standard thing on ships in case they need to send messages over long distances, elven ships anyway, and tries to fuck with it and says, "Bring some people in here so you can make some noise." And makes contact. She says, "We have contact." And she chuckles.
So they're all banging pots and pans.
And goes, "Ah!"
I'll lead him in a chorus of a rousing welcome song.
The elven, like, welcoming song. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would drive me so insane. I have no good sound effects for this except dramatic note. But
Dragon
apparently,
Magpie can help out with that, yes.
apparently Esong thinks that my built-in sound effects are better. So I find a lost parrot and help it sing the song of its people. You're almost certain to find, a parrot, a monkey, a dog, a cat. Sailors keep pets, man. They're weird.
Yep.
Oh! Get Raja to come and help. Yowl.
I love it. Yeah, Dragon Magpie is like, what can I say except you're welcome? You hear Orcish swearing from the other end. It's great. It's real. I'm gonna remember that, guys. I'm gonna remember that.
Now it can be used against us.
Well, yes, because
Yeah, but
Great
tactics
plot
change, and
device.
that's the thing. Now that's something that they've thought of, so it's possible it'll be used against us. It's possible we'll use it again in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's possible it may make it into a book, I'm just saying. Because that's great. Alright, where are we at? Alright, we're at the General Mook's attack here at this point.
Generals gather.
I don't even know who that would be at this point. Oh, right, orcs. The general, Marines and shit running to the defense.
There were orcs hiding in the woods. They all jumped upon us because we were awful good.
Okay, shit, I gotta see here. Probably... Alright, I'm doing some math.
Nothing doesn't use Xenobite.
Officers. Okay. Those guys are probably dead. Okay, to make my life easier at this point, what I'm going to say is that a bunch of these guys who are close to the commander are currently either so confused they don't know what they're doing, or they're dealing with the fucking quackgrass, right? But there is a big group running over here.
Song says she can't wait to tell Strad that she's traumatized another parrot.
That's great. Okay. It is 8 o'clock almost. And I need to go call in the cats. So we're going to take, since we're at the end of the round, we are going to take a momentary break. And we will be back as soon as we are back. I'm going to put on some, I don't know, I'm not sure what kind of music to put on here. The battle is hardly appropriate, but I think I need some suspense music, don't I?
Screaming and dying on Salvatage, but that's a DMC notice, so
Yep. We don't want those.
no.
Do you know I have a
We really
track
need-
here entitled D&D Salt Marsh Battle Music? I just realized.
That should sound appropriately suspenseful. I think I've heard
Yeah, it's
that
in
somewhere
Sirenscape.
before.
Yeah.
Davo,
Yes.
what is the top speed at which our suits can fly?
In atmosphere, basically, I don't know. What is it there, babe? They won't
In
go...
atmosphere, it depends on how far off the ground you are, to be honest, right? If you're low to the ground, they will travel at about 60 feet, right? And that's, in melee and stuff like that, right? If you get above the mountain range and stuff like that, they'll travel at about 1,000 kilometers an hour. right?
So
And
if a guy, sorry to interrupt, but if a guy came swooping in, could he come in at about 150 kilometers an hour?
oh yeah, I could swoop in at about 150 kilometers an hour in one of them. Yes.
That's fast.
Okay.
But
Right,
you'd
and
have
out
to
in
start up
space, they
high.
do relativistic speeds.
Yeah, no light speeds.
Right.
No, I'm not looking for light speed. Just, 10 or 20 kilometers faster than terminal velocity. Because terminal velocity, I believe, is 120 miles an hour. So,
Approximately for a human-sized thing, yeah.
So 150 kilometers an hour is about that, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay. I have an idea. That's what I was doing while you guys were fighting.
Yeah, but one round of combat is 6 seconds. There's no way you got that all done in 6 seconds.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm just going to leave this music running because Siren Escape is being a butt. That is what's causing the problems, by the way. I was just scrolling through the music and it disconnected briefly.
Yeah.
I've got an error of 4,000 in my other browser now. I don't think it disconnected for more than a second, so I'm not even sure it dropped the stream entirely, but... And I'm going to have to look at our broadcast rate. I don't think I have for this, so... We'll be right back in just a minute, guys.
Hey, Aaron, are you still going to be on?
I would say no.
I think so. I have an idea. I want to run it by you before, we officially run it by you. Now, here's the thought. So, if the fuses are an acid-like substance burning in, so it finally sets up and explodes, would a large impact cause that acid to go into it and make it explode sooner? Meaning, go up high, fly down at a good rate of speed, drop it into the nest, and have it blow up and poof off and do the next one. Kind of dive bomb.
Well, didn't I say that the inside of the fuse is a nitroglycerin charge? So yes, any jarring impact should set it off.
Perfect. So I can dive bomb these things in seconds.
As long as we're not on the ship.
No, it's not the ship there.
All those gunners.
Yeah. Come down to the good rate of speed, just drop one in, precision drop, because I can come straight down, swoop away before it would impact to get to the next one.
And attacking a square only takes a 5 to hit.
Alright, well, we'll have to run that by the PM after break here, because that sounds like a hell of a lot of fun.
Earth-shattering kabooms, anybody?
Which also means if we set it up right on a suit, you could have 2 strands, one up either side of you, holding 10 bombs. You fly over somewhere, pull those 2 strings, and carpet bomb.
I don't think she'll let you get away with that. She might let you get away with the dive bombing thing. And if she does, we have to come up with a Stuka dive siren for Crowley's suit.
Right? Whistle as he comes down. Boom. And there will be your earth scattering kaboom.
Will be awesome.
But for later fights, I'm
God
sure we
damn
can
it.
set up so that you could like fly over something and drop multiple bombs and have it act like a carpet bomb.
Well, if you just went flying over and just chucked bombs, right? In theory, provided that you managed to hit the target, you should be able to just keep flying as you move.
Drop
I
it up
imagine
and-
that you could not chuck more bombs, though, in a round than you have attacks.
Oh.
Because there has to be some limitations, man.
You're
In-
using a
Game
mega
balance.
bomb and you had 1,000 in there. You could literally hold the bag folding open with your fingers in it, while you're flying, calling those bombs to the forefront. They would fall out like a devastating fun fireworks display.
Well, if you go with historical examples, like when they dropped grenades out of World War I airplanes, which were traveling much slower than say 120 miles an hour, usually somewhere in the like 60 to 70 mile an hour range, they were terribly inaccurate.
Yeah, I gotta be straight in the car.
But it would be another reason to create some flight, like a dart to these bombs for me.
Sorry about that.
Of course, after this fight, I'm just improvising an idea.
Hey, Arian. The other Marine squad would like to round up some round ears, or a drunk round ear, to ask about where the missing elves and gnomes are, now that they are out of booms.
I guess they could go after those fleeing goblins, the ones who are running away. They might know something.
None of them speak Goblin. That's why they were asking for a route, and if they could go harass some drunk civilian, basically.
Well, I don't know that the civilians would know anything, and they're the ones who are missing, right?
We're missing the gnomes and the elves, not everybody else. Everybody else was going about business as usual.
Okay. The townsfolk probably won't know anything more than rumor. I still think maybe their best bet would be to go and, try to capture some of those fleeing goblins and watch for any, if any of the orc officers start taking off, they can track them, see where they go.
I don't know if we're currently on voice chat, if they can hear us or not, or if they're just listening to music. I don't know if Staples left their mics live or not. Okay. Dad says mics are hot. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want them to get too deep into anything since I think they're still technically first level.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure we want to piss off the townsfolk of Permethros by, rounding up innocent civilians. fleeing morale broken goblins. That's the target.
There you go. You got your orders, guys. Get those goblins that try and hit you. Capture them and hold them for questioning. Brown pants and all. I almost felt bad for these Fomorians. Almost. I can just hear the war stories now. Yeah, I was there the day the elves assaulted Permafrost. Man, did we ever get our asses kicked. I was lucky to get out alive.
Do you remember that ogre that came apart in like seconds?
Yeah. That ogre looked like somebody put him in a meat chopper.
Yeah, I dropped those dice. I was like, oh shit.
Anybody who makes it through this, man, they're gonna have some PTSD. Probably with a very healthy dose of paranoia. What? Did you say the elves are attacking? Chat's hilarious. They're all like, there were thousands of them. It's not paranoia if they're really after you. Yeah, I'm sure in Tales later, if somebody survived, they'll be like, there were hundreds and thousands of elves. Not several. You're a nuisance, cat. Nuisance. Yeah, no one would ever admit that there was just a few. There's no question on that.
Somehow the entire Elven fleet slipped by our pickets.
Yeah. They used, mythic mages with massive invisibility spells. Yeah, like ogres can count. 1, 2, 3, many.
Mhm.
Ooh, Dragon Magpie made game art. That's awesome. We'll have to get Sable to share it at the end. Just because. Put it on screen. Flat grass. Grappling a large goblin. That's awesome. I love it. The grass has duck heads, Chris.
Yeah, so.
At least it wasn't cobra grass. Cobra bird grass. That's like geese.
Hey, Chris, how you doing down there?
Doing okay.
No storms where you're at?
We've had a few passing things, but it wasn't from Ida or anything. Apparently another hurricane hit the west coast of Mexico, and it wasn't very big. And so we had some passing moisture, but
Okay.
and there's been a couple places that have had flash flood watches in the state, but you know, we don't really have to worry about it exactly where we're at because we're up on a ridge. So
Oh, you're on a plateau there. Okay, cool. Well, good to know. Good to hear. I'm happy to be back home with minimal damage. At least our place, anyway.
Yeah, that was a bad time to go out of town, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and couple of people I know out there weren't so lucky with their houses. There was a house right next to an elder's house, and the elder's house was spared by the fire, and her son's house burned to a crisp.
That's interesting. In case anybody is wondering, this is Tallil.
Oh,
He is 2 shades of black. He's sort of actually a really dark chocolate brown with black stripes, but you can only see it in very specific lighting. And he is named after an old NPC of Aaron's called Antalilil. And there used to be a drow saying even a shade could not hide in the shadows from the terror that is Antalil. And when I got him, he was so small, he fit in one of my hands, which are not particularly big. This is a pack of cigarettes in my hand, to give you an idea. And within 3 days, he'd killed a mouse and eaten half of it because that's all he could eat.
Aw. Little hunter. We look
Right,
like
to be right back screen. Yep, he's a fierce hunter. I'll show him on screen again here, Daz and Isong, when Sable comes back. He's currently being a lap pest anyway, despite the fact that the door is open and he could go out if he wanted to. Awesome sauce.
All right, sorry. Yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. Yes, fishing for cats was especially difficult tonight. All right.
Mine's being a pest.
I see that. I still don't have them all.
I promised everybody that I'd, give
show
them
the
cat tax because I was talking about the cat. And this is what Rowan's hand looks like with a pack of cigarettes, so you can imagine how big he was when she got him.
Oh my.
He would fit in one of my hands.
Aww. What a little cutie. My goodness. Yes, I was totally yelling for the cat, for sure. That's what I was doing. Yep. Okay. So, that was the end of round 1. We're now at round 2.
Our cat crew has asked for orders, and they've been sent to capture a goblin to interrogate.
They're gonna... after they finish blowing everything up?
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Arian sent them to capture a goblin to find out what they did with the elves and gnomes.
That's a good idea.
They wanted to interrogate a random human drunk from the village, from town, and Arian's like, nope, go capture one of those fleeing goblins. They're more likely to know more.
We said all 18 charges, 6-6-3-3 to 2 big ships and 2 smaller ships. All right. Are you all doing it under Crowley's direct orders? Yusong says, yeah, we figure if we captured Aaron in real life, he might not have the information we're looking for. Speaking of cats, there's one back there on the chair. That's Smokey. She's in demon mode.
This fall, they're getting all hunted up for the winter.
Oh, they said that's fun.
Yeah, he told us to keep setting booms while he went after the gun thingies. Okay, in that case, somebody roll a skill check for the chat crew. You want high.
Pathfinder, you always want high.
Yep. Yes, use magical device was one of the things you could use. 13. All right. Excellent. You do not manage to set off the charge early and blow yourselves to Kingdom Come. This is a good thing. All right.
Yay.
There was much good.
All right. So we are back at round 2. Arden, you're up.
Alright. Because of how my spell strikes works, I can cast a spell and then still be able to move and attack because the spell, Shocking Grasp, has an attack action in this part of the spell.
Yes.
So
you're
I'm gonna
casting
go up
Shocking
to
Grasp?
one of the yeah. So I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp, go up to one of the remaining ogres and attack him.
Okay. Roll it.
Alright. This is the ogre wearing metal armor?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, you're not that lucky this time.
18, so need to roll to confirm, I guess, because yay.
Do you threat on an 18 with your shocking,
rapier.
with your touch?
No, rapier.
Rapier.
Because
Oh,
I'm a
right, you're
magus,
casting it through your sword.
I cast the spell.
Right, okay. Yep. Yeah, confirm.
The only thing that doubles is the basic damage die for it, though. So, 11 plus 14.
So
yeah,
25. No. Yeah.
23.
11 plus 14. 25.
No, 25. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely hit. Roll damage.
All right. So we got.
While you're doing that, incidentally, I will. I meant to when I got back because I realized it was a bit of a long wait. If you are just coming in at about this time, we are in the middle of a combat. The Void Chasers are assaulting a harbor full of landed orcs and goblins and ogres. They blew up a bunch of their ships. Yeah, oh my, exactly. They blew up a bunch of their ships, right? And they are now engaging in melee. They are all wearing those bug suits right there, which is kind of a set of flying armor, right? The commander of the forces, some orc who is bellowing orders, is severely wounded. Part of this involved a psionic attack. Part of it involved a good strike from Ruavel. Arian turned an ogre into tomato sauce. A bunch of goblins went, fuck this, and ran away because, you know, when you turn ogres into tomato sauce, they're not interested in getting involved in that shit. Right? Thank you very much.
They're not Italian.
Yeah. And then there's a bunch of guys who were in the barracks who have been trapped in the barracks by entangle spells or tentacle spells from our druid and our witch, right? And there are a bunch of guys, however, heading over here now to engage. So that is what is going on. You didn't care who you attacked there, Arden? Should I roll randomly?
One of the remaining ogres, I said.
One of the remaining ogres, okay. What's your damage?
Just gonna get to adding it here, and I just to set, you know, that total was 10d6 with dice.
10d6, holy crap.
Yeah. That's 24.
Arden only ever hits once, but that's all he needs. One attack.
Yeah.
The guy ain't gonna know if he's coming or fucking going when he hits him. He gets shocked, fire, frost.
Melted.
Daz hands Arden a calculator.
It's funny because I just pulled open the calculator.
Hi, baby girl. You hunting moths?
I'll just kill anything because I'm a demon, she says.
We think it's so cute that they're little killers.
That's 50 total damage.
50 total damage. Shock, fire, frost, yellow snow, says DM Stretch.
It's shock, fire, ice, and corrosive.
Okay, the ogre is still up, but he sure doesn't look happy about it. It's like he kind of does the everything he got hit with. Fuck me.
Like Looney Tunes, joy
most
buzzer.
of it was shocking damage, so that makes sense.
Yeah, for a moment you see his bones.
X-ray.
Yeah, you saw it right.
That reminds me, Sable. There is Dragon Magpie did some very awesome art for us, by the way, in the Discord art share.
Oh, really?
You will have to show it in the stream because it is awesome. Yes, they did.
Oh, that is so cool. Okay, I've got the Discord shut down at the moment. I will turn it on again before we close up tonight, then after we've shut down the theme music here, the background music, because, yes, I would love to see that. That's cool. All right.
I wonder if he's going to do the ogre now, too.
Crowley, you're up.
Okay. I have an idea with these batteries and the explosives. Here's my idea. Since we have the capability of flight, I could have spent the first round flying upward as fast as I could and fly straight down at one of these batteries and just drop one of these bombs. Arian had told me that it's basically nitroglycerin is the wick, so any huge jarring impact is going to set it off. So I was thinking of flying directly down, dropping it, and then swooping over to the next one, dropping, swooping up, and then coming down and dropping one into each of these battery stations.
That's cute, Dragon Magpie.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's a fine idea. You may attack one per round.
Okay. And I'm gonna make a whistling sound as I come down, just for effect for me.
You don't have to. You will make a whistling sound. You will, however, have to make a piloting check to avoid getting caught in the blast radius each time.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now it is on Arian's list to fit a Stuka dive bombing siren onto the back of Crowley's suit.
That's great.
I knew that was coming.
Yep. Cue Dam Buster's theme song. Yep. Okay. I wonder if I've got sound effects for that. I might. I thought I had a rocket. I have rocket fire. I wonder how that sounds. Let's give it a try.
Wish we could hear it too.
I rolled my first piloting check, and it was a natural 20.
Nice.
With my piloting skill, it's a 34.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna fight you on this one, actually, because the chat is obviously on the player
What are
side
you
tonight.
doing?
Okay.
Gotta go get the cat. Just give me a second.
So that
Apparently
was
the
round
demon is
5.
destroying something, so... Okay, sorry, what was that there, Blake?
That was my first round then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, so you could make another roll this round for the second one, right? Because it took you a minute to decide what you were doing, but...
26 is my second roll.
Yeah. So you guys hear, you see a bunch of guys come flying out of the battery. Then you hear
A boom, 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 boom.
and a bunch of other guys come flying out of the battery.
Vonvin says on the radio, "Hey Crowley, hit that barracks next before those guys get out."
Yeah.
Okay. I'll throw up the last 3 on the barracks.
Oh god. Okay, that's next round though. We're moving on to the next person here, which is Yasma.
Okay, is there anybody close to me? Like any orcs or bad guys?
Yes, you're about to be surrounded, actually.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. I'm gonna go up the closest one and do the same thing. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna go after his neck this time. That might be better.
Yeah, you can't sneak anymore because you are clearly surrounded and you are visible.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just going to be a regular attack.
Okay. So it's two swipes with my scimitar there. So the first one is I rolled a 9 plus 13. 21.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay, and then for the second one, I rolled a 3 plus 8, 11.
That misses. Roll damage for your first hit.
Eight.
Okay. Yeah, you come up to one of these guys who, an orc, right? And you manage to get under his defenses the first time. He kind of manages to get his axe up to parry the second blow, though. It's awkward, but it's like, he was kind of, taking his axe off to attack, and then you went under his defenses as he was swinging that around, but then he did, tipped up the haft of his axe, and it banged your second weapon strike aside. So, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Ruvel.
I'm gonna bury this fucker. Take my sword in both hands. Turn it around. And stuff it in his chest a couple times.
Okay.
First one is a threat. No, die.
Put your thing down towards your mouth or something, because you're quiet.
Am I muted?
No, you were just really quiet. I didn't hear you well. I heard you, but not well.
That's what it's got. Right, I rolled a 17 plus 13, so 30 on the second hit.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
Alright, confirming critical is, I confirmed critical, it's the same thing, 17 on the die.
Do you want an eye crit for you?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. By the way, if you're wondering, these are little apps for your phone. One's called iCrit and iFumble. And it'll give you random effects depending upon your various method of attack. So this sounds like a piercing attack to me, correct? Okay. Chipped bone, double damage, and 1 dex damage.
Okay.
Everybody's about to be surrounded, Daz, and that you can clearly see, because people are like coming out of the woodwork. They're boiling out of the woodwork like ants whose hill has been kicked, or like a hornet's nest, and they are about to descend on you guys en masse.
20 damage.
20 damage?
Yep.
Total?
Yep.
Okay. Didn't roll very good.
Nope.
Well,
Right, soon
the
be
chat
time for tactical advance to the rear.
I like tactical advances to the rear. I think they're great. They're funny because just the terminology. I'll remind the chat that they can also re-roll damage rolls if they like, since this chat is very much on the player's side tonight.
$27 that time.
27. Okay. Well, it's a little better anyway. Good. Just compared to what you rolled last time, I was like, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still up. But he looks like just fucked up. Blood is now dribbling out of the side of his mouth. He's like
That was my
limping on
first
one
hit.
leg. What's that?
My second hit.
Ah!
16.
To hit?
Re-roll that damage.
No, that's my max damage.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
yeah, 16 to hit, so that's not the best hit.
Oh, 16 damage.
Oh, 16 damage.
Already hit him.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. 9. He goes down.
Yeah, Ruvel turns his sword over, stuffs it into his chest a couple times, then kicks him over backwards. Flips his sword up and grabs it.
Do you have
He's showing
time to
off.
do that? I suppose. Just because it's cool. The cool factor's fun. Alright, he's dead. However, you guys are still, you know, the horde is pouring in. Celine's turn. Okay, I think Celine's actually going to take one of her alchemical grenades and throw it at one of these charging groups. Alright, and people have to make saving throws, I imagine, if they're in the area?
Yeah, I think you take a save for half damage, probably.
I lost my paper here. This is the all-important scrap of notes where I'm keeping track of everybody's initiatives and hit points. Alright. So... wrong die anyway. Okay, remind me what kind of damage this did?
About 4d6.
That's what I figured. All my d6s are down here for playing Star Wars. Okay. Yep, more booms!
Big bada boom. A boom, 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 boom.
Holy crap. Yeah, I'll say. 4d6, you said, eh?
Mhm.
Yep, that would be 11 and 10. 21 points of damage.
You're a pest, cat. I put food in the
3 5s
dish.
and
The
a
door's
6.
open.
What's that, sorry?
What more do you
3
want?
5s and a 6.
It's 2 6s, a 5, and a
5 and a
4.
4.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I went, holy crap.
Yep, that's a good roll, all right.
Yep.
And there were orc bits
It's
flying on
in
the
the
road.
Dreadnoughts all around us and behind us. Yellow mold. Okay. All right. Next up is Von Min.
All right. Is that orcish captain wearing metal armor?
That orcish captain is wearing dead armor.
Okay, he's dead then?
He's dead.
The
Yes.
guy who was in charge? I thought he was still up.
No.
Okay.
Up until Ruvel hit him the second time.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was hitting ogres.
I gently tapped him with
All
my
right.
hog nails.
No, Arian was
Yeah, I
attacking
hear
the
ya.
ogres.
All right.
I sincerely doubt that shattered ice shards kicked up from the ground are going to do more damage than the explosive charge.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put myself at 10 feet of height, and I'm going to lay down at the nearest target a round of magic missile a la Arcanist style. So I will spend my point with Arcane Reservoir,
Uh-huh.
and basically it does magic missile. They call it Force Strike, but
Yeah, but it's magic missile. We all know that. All right.
yep,
In that case,
within 30 feet, and it does 1d4 points of force damage plus 1 point of damage per Arcanist level, of which I have 4 of.
right, but you have to make a ranged attack, do you not?
No.
No?
No,
it's
magic missile, man.
Oh, magic missile. Oh, they make a saving throw. That's how that works.
Nope.
Nope, it just
Nope.
hits.
No
Just hits and does
save.
damage. No save, no thing. That's magic missile for you.
They kind of bolstered that spell a bit, didn't they? All right.
Not that powerful.
It's only
spells.
for
The thing is it doesn't do that much damage. It does what, 1d4 plus 1. That's it,
Per missile.
per missile.
And are you going to
get
throw
one-
it all at the same guy, or are you going to throw it at different guys?
But she's only got one missile.
Oh, you've only got one missile?
yeah, I only get one.
Okay.
I just get one super missile.
So you're
Yeah.
throwing it at one
So
guy, obviously.
that is, yep, which is a
okay.
whole whopping 8 points of damage.
Well, if you hit the guy that Yasma hit, it will kill him. So,
Yep, hit him.
okay. I'm trying to be helpful here. There we go. Okay. Because, hey.
Yep. Well, he looked really fucked up, so, you know.
You look like an asshole.
Alright, we're at Madrimline's turn.
Yeah, I think he'd probably use that whole stunny psionic thing that he can do to set people on their heels as crowd control of some guys that are not tangled up.
Okay, I don't understand.
He's got a sonic stun ability.
Okay, right. And it's usable against one person or a group?
Group.
Okay.
Up
20
to
foot
5
radius
people.
burst.
What does he need to roll?
Yep.
They get a will save.
They get a will save. Okay.
Yeah.
What do they have to roll?
That's 16. 17.
They saved. Once
Just
again,
doing
the
a
chat
group
will
save?
be asked if they want to re-roll. Because, like I said,
I'll
Just-
spend the points. this
you'll
time.
spend the points. Okay. That was a really
Yep.
good roll on their part. Yeah, they failed that one. That's helpful. Good job there, Arian. All right. Or rather, Chris. Now then, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. The ogres who were there are dead. The other ogres are still making their way up. I doubt they're all going to throw themselves suicidally at you. Where are we at next? Yep, Arian's turn.
So, is there anybody within 5 feet of me that needs killing?
Oh, yes.
What's there?
Well, there's a couple of orcs who look like they might be this guy's, lieutenants and whatnot. There's a bunch of very confused and unhappy looking goblins. Right? There's a group of orc marines that are making their way over here but haven't quite made it yet.
Okay, I'll go after one of the lieutenants. Let's keep chopping the head of command off.
One sec here. Stretch, we got it. The reroll was redeemed. Oh, there's 2 rerolls. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, we used it. We got it. But thank you for... that is exactly how you get my attention to make sure that we did not miss it. That is exactly... that works.
What did you do?
Thank you.
What did you do?
Highlighted the message and typed it all in caps so I could not miss it.
Nah.
Right? Yeah, it's great. That's perfect. Okay, I'm sorry, Chris, you were saying?
I'll go after one of the lieutenants who's right next to me to chop the head off the command chains some more. So
Yep.
my first attack's an 18.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Okay, my second attack is a 22.
Mm-hmm.
My third attack is a 24. That one is a possible threat. And then the last one is only a 13.
That misses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rolling to confirm on the other one. That's 16 plus 5, 21. That'll confirm. So that's 2d8. 3d8, sorry. 10, 16 plus 9 is 27. 37, 43, 66 plus 5. 34, 42.
All right. Guys, Lieutenant. Still up, but not looking happy about it. He's 42 damage total. Right?
42.
42. 4-2.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still up, and he's not looking very impressed. He's like there's a huge gash across his guts. There's he's missing an ear. It's a mess.
Pick up his ear and yell into it, "Do you hear me?"
Do you really?
No.
Okay, that's good. Alright. We haven't gone quite that far to the murder hobo side yet. Alright. Okay. It's their turn. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Let's see here. What's your armor class, Von Vin? Let's start with that.
Von Vin's armor class is 20, and she is 10 feet in the air.
Yes, because you're in the air, that means that you are a good target for a goblin pistol. A rifle,
Okay.
rather. Yep.
Goblin air rifle.
We would not be firing into the melee. We might kill the commanders. They tend to frown on that. You're in the sky.
They tend to like it when you shoot sky things.
Yep. They do. That attack misses. We'll have another goblin take a shot. That one misses. And, ooh, that one might hit. Let's see. Yep, that hits. Damage from air rifles?
2d8.
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yes.
Ow.
Yikes. That'd be 12 points.
Okay.
You hear this,
Oh, little bastard.
pa, 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 right? And then, you know, Von Vin does one of those. Do I happen to be lucky enough? Yes, I do. I have gunfire here.
Mathing.
Cool.
Mathing. Okay. 58 minus 12.
46.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so a bunch of goblins drop into a really, actually fairly impressive formation firing line and take aim at you guys. They don't fire, though, because there's still commanders in the fray. Fucking officers always getting in the fray when the enlisted guys could just kill the bad guys, right? Okay. Yeah, clearly they're
We'll
not
hit
doing...
theirs too.
What's that?
Well, we'll hit theirs too. Quoting Edward Longshanks.
Good point. Well, I don't know. You're the goblin guy. Do you think they're psycho enough to try it?
No.
Okay. I did not think so. No, let's
If
see.
there weren't, if these two lieutenants weren't in here, yes.
Yeah.
If the two lieutenants weren't in there, the captain wasn't dead.
No, if the captain said that's why they do it. But they'd be worried about hitting one of those lieutenants and pissing him off.
Okay, and now shit just got real. Because the pilots have arrived. So then.
I think that's our cue.
To what?
Bugger the fuck off.
To get the fuck
Strategic
off.
retreats to the rear.
Okay, so what happens is a couple of, like, the magic rain of fire starts arriving, right? It's not like, you know, an army of mages, but there's at least a dozen of them, right? And they are now doing shit like firing magic missiles at you, well, or whatever the fuck it's called, force missile, right?
No, magic missile, force missile's an Arcanist thing.
Okay, right? You know, there's, you know, I mean, all the shit, right? they start throwing down entangle spells of their own, you know?
But we're leaving. We've caused enough damage.
Yeah, as if on cue about that time.
Can I grab this lieutenant and fly off with him?
You can make an attempt. First, you
Okay.
make a grapple check.
Grab check.
Grab? Yeah, okay. Doesn't he get to oppose?
Yeah. Right. If I grab him, then I have to beat his CMD with a CMB.
Okay.
Do you have improved grab with Ravel there?
No, he gets an attack of opportunity too.
There you go.
Won't stop me from grabbing him, but it will.
Unless he hits you. I think if he hits you, it stops it, doesn't it?
Nope. Nope. Just get hit.
Yeah, you just pay the damage cost, basically.
Yep.
All right, Lieutenant Guy just rolled a critical hit with his axe against Ruvel for the attack of opportunity. Would anybody like to re-roll?
I'll re-roll that.
Okay. That'll still hit, though. All right. Axe is a D10?
8.
D8. Axes should do more damage than that. It's a glancing blow. What's that?
Is it a great axe?
Two-handed?
Yes.
D12.
D12.
Yeah. There you go.
That's more like it. All right.
And strength and a half damage.
Yep.
Yeah, strength and a half damage. And good thing you didn't fucking do that because they do triple damage on a critical.
Yeah. Yep. They're ugly.
But they only threat on natural 20, so that's.
All right, so damage and a half, or strength and a half, eh?
Yep.
Probably 6.
Probably about 6 points.
Yeah, so that's 10 points of damage you took.
Okay.
All right.
I
But
successfully grabbed him and grappled him. I rolled a 19 on the die for my grapple.
nice.
Only threats on 20, but.
All right, so you fuck off with him.
Yeah, I'm flying up in the air with him.
I would have. It's a strength roll, right? Or is it based on attack bonus?
What's that?
To do what you just did, because remember that the chat
Yeah.
crew was ordered to go and kidnap some goblin and find information,
Yeah.
right? So I will assume that one of them did what you just did, but obviously they're going to send the person with the highest score, right?
Right. It's a base attack bonus.
So who has the best base attack bonus? You may make a roll and make that same attempt.
Except for he's not trying to fight. He's trying to run away. So
That's
he won't
true.
take an attack of opportunity. And probably doesn't have a weapon.
No. Do we have an E-song as well as a Daz, or just a Daz?
19. Yeah, you guys pick up this one screaming goblin going, no! Right? And take off with him.
Don't drop him, no matter how bad he smells.
And everybody flies the fuck off.
Yep.
Yep.
Are we still in round 2 or round 3?
This is basically the end of round 2.
Okay. Well, in round 3, before I fuck off, I have something I want to do.
Okay?
I'm gonna turn my attention to that group of mages and drop the last 3 bombs on them instead of the barracks.
Toss some bombs.
That's kind of bright, actually. Okay.
Yeah, because they'll be out a bunch of helpsmen.
This will
Yeah.
require an attack roll, I think, in order to hit it precisely, because you are moving quickly. These guys are a moving group of targets. It's not like you're trying to hit a solid emplacement,
Okay.
right? So, yeah, I'll just kind of keep in mind the difficulty. And yeah, it's a thrown weapon attack roll.
Add your dex, and it's probably considered an improvised weapon, so -4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since nobody is trained in charge throwing.
Crowley.
Yeah.
Watch
Although-
Crowley take that as his next feat.
Proficiency, yep.
Bomb throwing.
Bomb throwing.
Okay. That's 20.
That'll do it. All right.
Fucking boom.
You hear one more of these.
That was the last 3 all at once.
I wonder if I have screaming noises. Because I think that would be like...
Would you also like me to roll a piloting roll? Because
Yep.
that would be a much more considerable concussive force coming off of 3 at once.
Oh, you were dropping all 3 at once. Oh, okay. That could get
It's gonna be a
interesting.
big hole.
It's gonna make a big hole where the mages used to be.
Yeah, all right. In that case, let's see. Can I get this off fast enough? Probably not. Okay, you guys hear like yeah, just wugga boom, right?
Boom. Fucka boom.
And I rolled a 23 for
Good
my
night, Esau.
pilot skill.
Good night, Esau.
Night,
Thanks
Esau.
for joining us tonight.
It is 9 o'clock.
Yep, it is so. So we're gonna. So he cast the last 3 charges at the pilots. They all kind of go flying like 10 pins, and there is a patch of blood on the snow. It's like there's a lot of blood. This is very ugly, guys.
Blood on ice.
I don't have to work tomorrow.
All right, you got the day off. It's Labor Day.
If you guys want to finish out this scenario.
Yeah.
Well, I'm off too. So.
Huh.
Yeah, you're.
I am not opposed to this concept.
Well, I don't know. See it to the end here.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you guys go fucking off with these guys.
Yeah.
There
I tell
are-
this guy to drop his axe, and if he fights, I'll drop him.
Yeah, okay. He has nothing to fight you with in terms of
Oh.
that, so
Actually, before he drops his axe, is it a clan axe? Ask him.
would you know that piece of information? Do you know enough about orcs to ask that question?
Is it a significant axe? I'll ask him.
Let's see here. What are the odds of the lieutenant and not the commander being the clan champion? Well, that's true, because he could have been, right, a sub-clan. The
Yep.
the great clans don't exist yet.
Nope.
A significant axe. He says, yes.
Says, if you hit me with it, I'll kill you. I'll drop you from here.
Right, he says.
Stay close. Fly back to the ship with him. Keep him close to me so he stays within my etheric membrane.
Right. Oh, hey, I do have a scream. I have a Wilhelm scream. So, don't have a whole bunch of them at once, though, so that's no fun. Yeah. You guys hear, like, basically, you know, it's not really automatic fire, but it kind of sounds like it because there's so many guns shooting at you. If it works.
Fly on our
There you go.
wings like an eagle.
Since I was a
That's
little
right.
closer in the fray, on my way back out, would it be possible to reach down and grab one of the guys that has one of those guns?
If you want to take the risk of getting turned into a bullet-ridden hole in, you know, piece of
Yeah.
Swiss cheese, yes, because you would be the only target.
How many
We'll
guns
get
do
you
I have?
one. Don't you worry about that. We'll get you one, Crowley.
You want a gun, eh?
He wants one of those air rifles attached to his armor.
If you guys are smart, you'd also want one of these air rifles. They're pretty fucking good. That's
Yeah,
some
they're pretty
amazing
tough.
damage. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just that, it'll help protect those sleeping powder bombs I got.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be a lethal hit.
Yeah.
Right.
If you want information from someone, we can knock them to the ground, do the crew,
Yep.
and do the interrogation on the cap. And those things work like a sniper rifle.
Yep.
So precision could be pain. But yeah, okay, we'll bug out.
We will get you one. Don't you worry. It's going
Bug
to
out
happen.
in our bug suits.
Suits. Yep.
Yep, you guys go flying off.
Like brave Sir Robin.
And running away and buggering off bravely fleeing. No, not in fear, because, well, sorta anyway.
Now we're bravely fleeing in.
This is why we
Common
blew
sense.
the ready ships.
Yep.
Yep. And they're mages. They're going to be fucked for a while.
Probably some missing limbs.
They're at least stranded because 3 of those explosives going off in the center of 12 people. I'm sorry. The concussive force alone will have killed all of them.
Oh, yeah, they're dead. No chance. Those
There's
fucking
probably a
explosives do
crater
10d6
in the ice.
each.
Yep.
They do 10d6 each. Right? So they took 30 die 6.
As a matter of fact, yeah, flying away, you see that basically the whole air there is filled with ice fragments, right? It looks like a snowstorm. Like, that's how much shit is in the air from the stuff that was blown up.
Nice. There you go, Bogman. There's your big bada boom.
Well done, people.
Earth-shattering kaboom.
That was a beautifully executed operation, she says.
Got a prisoner.
Hopefully we didn't catch too many civilians in it.
And then
He
how
says.
many ships did we take out?
At least half of them.
Good.
Right.
And a bunch of their helmsmen
Yep. Yeah, you guys don't think you got
The
a lot of
name.
civilians? You guys kept the fight in the harbor for the most part.
Mhm.
They're not about to let civilians in the harbor when the place is occupied. They might escape.
Mhm.
And what they need the civilians for is to, supply them with shit and help them load stuff up and,
Slave labor.
that's right. That's often what you do when you occupy a
Hopefully,
town. Yep.
now the fleet should be able to take this not too hard.
Ask this guy his name. What's your name?
You're gonna have a conversation with him while you're flying, and there's like wind
Yep.
in his face. He pretty much can't talk. You guys are flying so fast that the wind is just
Okay.
eating the words out of his mouth, and he can't breathe if he tries to talk.
Okay.
So, wait for this conversation till you get back.
Mhm.
You guys can talk. You have full face masks, right? So,
And radio.
yeah. Yeah. Celine says, I think we're going to find a way to try to cover the ship and just sit tight till the fleet shows up at this point.
Sounds good.
We should probably file a report.
Oh, yes, of course we're going to do that, she says. No, the goblin is not screaming anymore, Daz. The goblin cannot talk. The wind is going too fast. Also, you think they're getting frostbite.
So Crowley says to Arden, "Hey Arden, I have a theory on how maybe those goblin air rifles work. Maybe, just maybe, that the trigger system is the valve that releases the blast of air. Now the canister itself is probably the only thing that's enchanted, and it would be some sort of wind enchantment to keep a steady flow of air. Is there anything you can think of?
Not off the top of my head, but I'll definitely add that to the research notes that I've got going on that.
Because every time I see those
Von
things
says,
operate, I think I'm understanding them that little bit more.
Von says it could be they're using like a decanter of endless water, but it's like a decanter of endless wind.
I think the next time we encounter those, we should try to capture one, says Celine. They do a lot of damage. It would probably be in our interest to see if our
Speaking of
engineers
that,
can
are you
reverse
okay,
engineer.
Von?
I'll be all right. When we get back to the ship, I'll hang out and cure minor wounds on myself a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, who's wounded?
Okay.
Says Celine.
I am.
Just me. Oh, okay. You got caught too?
A couple times.
Yeah, perpetual gust of wind in the end of the a metal tube suggests Dazzle Cat.
I believe there's a backpack they wear to it, isn't there?
Depends on the weapon. These ones didn't have them.
Okay. Yeah, a capped off pipe that's attached to another pipe to the valve.
Hooked to the trigger mechanism somehow.
Which means you could add a hopper system possibly to it.
Dazzle Cat says Daz and Moon have panic enemy damage. We got boot prints on us.
When we get back to the ship, we'll get you fixed up.
Yeah.
Charlie says to Dad, "Good job, Marine."
Yes, well done, says Celine to them. Yeah. You guys, kind of, okay, because, Elaine, Songbird was scouting the sky, just to make it easier on everybody, she reports that there are no signs of returning ships at the time that you leave. So Celine suggests we should pull the atmosphere piercer maneuver to get back to the ship more quickly. Not landing at the ship, but really close to it, so we don't spend another whole day traipsing through the...
Sure. Go around the planet as opposed to across it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a plan.
So you guys do that and arrive back at your ship. Whereupon the wounded are seen to, which actually are, it's not, bad. Von Vin got some damage. Ruvel's actually pretty badly hurt.
Yeah, he's pretty hurt.
Right?
Okay, you can have the cure spells then.
By the time Von Vin gets there, Celine's already kind of fussing over him.
Yeah,
there's supposed to be a
I
thing,
prepared
right?
3 cure lights.
Yeah.
So
she
They'll
asks
be
you.
fine.
She asks you to see to our guests. They probably got, or to our prisoners, right? She probably puts it like guests, just to be, because I think they may have gotten some frostbite on the return trip.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it's pretty severe frostbite. If you don't do some cure stuff about it, they're going to lose their noses. It was cold.
Yeah, we did go into space.
Well, you probably didn't go like the full atmospheric break, but
right,
because they'd have died.
Well, they were close enough to us; they'd be within our etheric membrane. But
oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. If you held on to them like this, right, in a bear hug, they would be okay.
That's how I carried him. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. But yeah, it's still fucking cold, right?
Yep. So I'll tell Von Vin he's got some frostbite. He's been very cooperative. So.
Yep. Well, I've got 3 cure lights and I'll use those. And, then I'll play the land of, cure minor repeatedly.
Daz calls for help. The goblin has managed to wrap himself, despite the canvas, around her leg. Okay. Are we landed yet? Somebody want to go help pry our prisoner loose from Dazzlecat, please?
Crowley's gonna go help. Crowley will go help Dad get the goblin off her leg.
Yeah, after a couple minutes, he looks around. And he's like, "Oh, okay."
All right. First, we'll fix you up, and then we'll bath you and give you some clean clothes.
Taz is like,
say to this
orc, even be nice and do it inside where it's warmer.
Say to this orc, what's your name?
You're not gonna come up with a fucking clan name, okay? What the hell?
Roaring Water.
The Bloodfist.
Bloodfist.
Do you think so? I don't know. That seems a little bit,
Fate's not above some campiness.
Yeah, maybe in the
Or
Cyan
make him
game.
one of the Frostburn clan? Frostbite? There was like a frost
That'd be
clan.
funny.
Crossfire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the Frostfire clan. Ah. Yeah, okay, alright. I mean, that's a
Just
little bit of
because that's
campiness, but
even more entertaining.
that one's a little bit of campiness, but not as much. So,
Name's
Besides
Kroll
that,
Frostfire.
remember the original Frostfire guy was a cook from Permafrost at one point. Just saying.
yeah, but this guy's not a
Claude
cook.
Big's granddad or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just saying Claude Big's granddad, so maybe, you know, this is his great granddaddy.
He never just left. He never ended up leaving Permafrost after the invasion.
Yeah, alright, I'm sorry. Aaron has been saying something?
Nope.
No?
No, I said Kolgor Frostfire.
Kolgor was the name of the other guy.
Mm-hmm. Frosty.
But Kolgor was the name of... Remember how we couldn't remember the name of the commander you already had as a prisoner last week?
Oh, right.
Kolgor. That's what it was.
Right.
This guy is Skardek Frostfire.
Stardeck?
Somebody write it down.
Stardeck Frostfire.
Skardek. Like a scar and a
Skardek.
deck of cards. Yeah, except it's spelled
Stardeck
D-E-K.
Frostfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's your rank, Skardek?
Clan champion, he says.
Sounds important.
He shrugs.
Is that what the axe is about?
That's what the axe is about, he says.
Okay. Give me your parole.
He looks over at this this other commander type that you have. He shrugs. He says something in Orcish. For those of you who understand Orcish, what he said was, they've treated me honorably so far. I would call them Harakcha. You recognize the word Harakcha because you've heard it before. The other guy nods. All right then, Harakcha, I give you my parole.
Keep your axe in its ring. You may carry it. He says. Don't draw it, of course.
Of course, he says.
Since you're prisoner of war of the Avalonian Imperial Navy, he says, under Captain Celine Wintermist. My name is Ensign Ruavel Sunfall.
He's like, all right, he says.
Captain's an honorable woman. She won't see any harm come to you while you're here. Are you hungry?
Not particularly, he says. I think I wouldn't mind using the head, though, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, of course.
So he thanks you, he goes off to the head, you hear him puking. You guys did like this fucking maneuver and you're in space and big battle and yeah. Nobody's stomach handles that.
Yeah.
Dazzlecat wants to name his goblin for her goblin Frosty. I am not your goblin, and Frosty is not my name, he says.
I'm not your goblin. I got a goblin. Can I keep him?
We're back on the ship now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Crowley's gonna take off for a moment, go into his hut, and he's gonna grab a 2-pound bag of sugar out of my stores and bring it down to the brig where the goblin's being kept I'm going to have it put in its cell.
What are you putting in a cell?
2-pound bag of sugar.
What's this about? He says.
For you.
Sugar?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'd heard one time your kind really likes sweet stuff.
Yeah, he says warily.
Hey, maybe you're a captor, but it doesn't mean I have to be an asshole.
Smurf Goblin says Stretch. It's a Smurflin.
I've been a captor before too. You know,
Captive.
it's just treating someone well while they're being a captive. Respect. Remember that. You know, close the cell door.
Right. All right. Good night, Stretch.
Good night, Stretch.
Night, Stretch.
Night Search. Before the goblin leaves the deck, when he says, "I'm not your goblin and my name isn't Frosty," I look at him. Arian looks at him and says, "Then we'll just call you Meat Popsicle."
Popsicle.
Right. Frosty it is, he says. You popsicle, you're a bastard. Celine directs Dazzlecat and the other people who were carrying around the canvases to get more of those together and start camouflaging the ship.
Yep.
Remember, we've landed on a flat plane here, so if they come looking for us, they might see us.
Yeah, we got a decanter of endless water. We can make some ice on those canvas sheets
There you go.
to camouflage the ship more.
Arian's pretty strong. We could probably build an igloo for the ship.
Igloo for the ship.
Yeah, if you had the slightest goddamn
Actually, that's
clue
not
how
a
to
bad
make
idea
an
to help
igloo,
keep it warm.
none of you have a fucking clue how to make an igloo. It's a very specialized skill, and none of you come from the right climate.
Hey, I'm an ex-enlisted Marine, and I'm sure I've been through hostile environment training.
Okay,
With-
alright.
With the cancer of endless water, you would just have to spray the dome over the ship. It would freeze almost instantly as soon as it reaches the ice. So you could create walls with it.
I was just kidding, of course.
Yeah. Spray it over the ship. That would be bad, because that would freeze up all your sails
Oh yeah.
and your deck.
I know. I mean, start at the ground and build a wall with it as you're spraying up the wall. Build a wall up and over the ship. Not.
Problem is that there's a lot of runoff from it.
Okay.
Right? Like it's just gonna create a lot of wet area that's gonna freeze. Because it's not all gonna immediately freeze to the wall, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we'll have to like make ice blocks basically stand outside the ship etheric membrane with a bunch of molds and we don't want anything too regular. Actually, we'll want to make sort of like ice boulders and shit because.
Well, what I'm thinking
sort of
is
stack
to
'em and
do,
glue 'em
basically
together with
do
water.
what Daz did on a bigger scale, right?
Yeah, cover it with a
the
canvas.
sheets, right? Or the sails, right? Canvas, right? We'll replace our damaged sails while we're at it, right? Because we've been in a few fights now. We've got some sails that have holes in them and whatnot, right? We'll take those down, we'll cover them in ice, and then we'll use them kind of like an overhead, like just to break up the lines of the ship, right? Because all they're going to do is a flyover, you know?
Right.
Like a camo net.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like
basically.
a camo net.
And nothing says we can't move the ship into a more defensible or hideable position. I guess we could probably find a ravine or something to put it in, so we can string the canvas over it.
Yep, that's true. Right? If you pilot it and kind of, you know, take it real slow, right? Then you're not going to impale it on all these various, jagged ice spears that make up the terrain.
Somebody go get me a maul, and I will go clear us a landing zone.
Why don't we kind of float along close to the ground and see if we can find some of these ice spears that are sort of crossed over? We could be underneath them.
Oh, except for the fact that the masks go up so high, we'd have to unstep the masks if you want to do that.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
you can
right.
tell Gus to shrink down. That's our main mast.
Can he do that?
He can crouch, effectively making himself smaller.
Head down a bit.
Hey, Bigfoot, how you doing? We're just kind of we're running our game a little late because it's Labor Day tomorrow and people have the day off. So
Yeah.
Good to see you. You don't normally stop in at this time. So
I think if we just find a nice ravine that's deep enough, and then we could string the stuff over the spars and mast tips, and hide it that way.
I think that makes the most sense. Let's do it, says Celine.
Okay.
And I will take them all if there's any, big spikes that need to be cleared. Take me a little while, but I'm strong enough that I can beat them down.
Yeah. Rovell, give him a hand.
Yeah, after Celine, she's like, you're going to sit down here and let me finish this healing job first.
Okay, fine.
You're going to have to replace your uniform, she says.
I was wearing it.
What's that?
Nothing that a little mend probably won't fix.
It's in his underwear underneath the...
Was he? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Long underwear.
Yeah,
but...
in that case, she's just, she heals it up and, I don't know, how much damage did you take total?
46 points.
Yeah, I can do that with a Cure Serious and a Cure Light, right? So...
A couple of Cure, criticals or something. Yeah, it won't take much, no.
All right, you have a clean bill of health. You can go play, smash things if you want to now. She says.
Love you.
Gives him a kiss. I love you too, she says. Go on.
Yeah.
The one commander's just shaking his head. Elves, he says. How do you maintain discipline? He says. Women in the fleet? People fucking their commanding officers? He says. I just don't.
I don't fuck her when she's my commanding officer, he says. Only when we're off duty.
All right. He says. Yeah, Dad says that long underwear now looks like those muscle shirts from the 80s. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Celine just chuckles. All right. I think this is a good place to call it, guys.
Yeah, probably good.
We are half an hour over time, and I have enjoyed it immensely. And this was, I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you guys did as well. Like, how do you feel about tonight's game, guys?
I had a good time.
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
I had an excellent time. I love it when bodies are flying.
Bodies are flying, people
That's
are
right.
dying,
A good bloody fight every once in a while is,
and the
you know.
surrounding, all hell's breaking loose. Soldiers are mounting, bodies are mounting, cannons are shouting to take their abuse.
And us red shirts lived, says Dazzle Cat. We survived 2 stampedes. Remind me about that whole scene when I sit down to write the story that Esau commissioned, by the way. Sorry, Chris, you were going to say.
I was going to say I had a good time. The Crow Goddess, her children will be well fed. I imagine they're ice crows or something on the planet. And Arian will recommend that, we've done significant damage. They're going to be looking for us for sure now. We should probably think about not doing much until we rejoin the fleet.
Yes, I agree. I personally think we should stick tight as close as we can right here until we get word that the fleet is close, or until we see them.
Crowley agrees. We should try and camouflage and shelter in place for at least a week. They'll be looking for us running away, not sitting right here beneath.
I think you're right, she says to Crowley, and that's why I think we should stay right where we are. We've done great work, guys. We've done a lot of good work, and I'm very proud of every single one of you.
That's if they can even get a ship in the air at this point.
No,
Awesome, guys. That was a great game.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really cool. I can't wait to write up an article about this one. This will be, this one deserves an article, I think. This is something along the lines of the Void Chaser
there will be
Dispatch
traumatized
article.
orcs telling stories for a very long time. I was there when the elves attacked permafrost. There were thousands of them.
Yeah, they were everywhere. Oh my god, the dice did not like the bad guys tonight. Holy shit. And that's without, like, there was a minimal
We were due for a good
rerolls.
win and bloodbath.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Did me good as well.
Right, you guys. I'm gonna go.
Alright. Good night, guys.
Okay.
We're going to go over and raid Coffee Quills here in a minute. Thanks very much for joining us tonight, everyone. I guess we will go to the end credits screen here. Right.
Oh, you were going to show the picture.
I was going to show the pictures. All right, in game. Sorry. Whoops. How am I going to do that? I'm not even sure I can. Okay, just a second here.
You have to sort of pull it up on Discord and share screen, basically.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, this is configured to do Zoom. It's not configured to do... I'll have to add the browser window, damn it.
Hey, bud.
Yeah, I could do that though. Just a second here. Okay, we're gonna upload. Where is it here? Okay, we're gonna turn on Discord, which is probably going to bog down my system, so I apologize if we lose the stream. But I shut down Sirenscape, so I think it directly, you know, plays from a server. So all right, but I definitely want to see the fan art.
I think it's absolutely epic that we got fan art of our game.
That
It's
is
our
really
first
cool.
fan art, guys.
Woot! I love fan art. Nothing is more complimentary to me than like fan art and fan fiction and stuff. I think that's the best. All right, let's see. And this is in the chat crew channel?
No, the
No,
art
they
share.
put
art
it in
share.
the art share.
Okay.
Dragon Magpie made it for us.
Okay, I know how we're going to do this.
Okay, I'm out, folks.
Before you, no, he already left.
What? I didn't leave.
Okay. You good for Wednesday, man?
Yeah, I am. I'd like to talk to you a little after the game if you've got about 10 minutes after the game on Wednesday.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, one moment, guys, here. I'm just going to quickly show the graphic, and then we're going to...
Good night, guys.
I was hoping you would stay for 1 second, but...
He did not.
He did not, because he's being a douche. Okay. He's really tired tonight, I suppose. But, yeah. Alright. Oh, okay. Just a second here. We're showing our fan art. I love fan art, so it's worth it. Alright, and we're going to add source here. Alright, this is what we're going to add. It's huge, but try to fit it on the page here. There! Quackgrass, grappling a lone goblin. Notice the ducks.
Well, yeah, because it's quacking, right?
Quack,
Quack
quack.
grass.
Quack. That is fucking amazing. Thank you very much, Dragon Magpie. That is really cool. I love it. There we go. Now we can see the whole thing.
Unfortunately, they've gone to bed.
That is really disappointing. So that is really awesome, though. I love it, and hopefully they catch the end of this sometime on the VOD, because that is really great.
Well, I did tell them we shared it on stream after the end of game. I specifically commented on the picture.
Yeah, that is
as a
brilliant.
reply, so they'll get flagged.
Yes, that is great.
What's our first fan art?
Yeah. It's totally cool. All right, guys, we're going to the end credit screen here, and we're going to raid Coffee Quills. I think they're on still. I don't know who's on at this hour now. Was Bigfoot on? I don't know who showed up.
Just a second, I'll look
I'm
here.
pretty sure Coffee is.
Actually, I have to fire Twitch up on the laptop.
All right.
It says Coffee's up.
Okay. Toy Soldiers Old School is game mastered by Sable Aradia, based on the Toy Soldiers Saga universe created by Diane Morrison. We happen to be the same person, but hey, it used to say Aaron Reed, so. Audio is provided by Zoom. Sound effects and ambience provided by Sirenscape. Theme music provided by White Sand. It's called Adventure Begins. Check out his Patreon at patreon.com/whitesand. Mapping software provided by Campaign Cartographer 3+ and Incarnate and World Spinner with adaptations in Adobe Photoshop. Character graphics provided by Hero Forge. I hope you guys like the little portrait images. That's their token creator technology, by the way. Gaming software provided by Fantasy Grounds, Hero Lab, and World Anthem. Check out our campaign at www.worldanvil.com/w/Saga. Distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution License, Toy Soldier Saga is copyright 1995 by Morrison. All rights reserved. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Tomorrow is our day off, obviously, and happy Labor Day to everybody in a country that is celebrating that. We will be back on Tuesday. It's supposed to be Ask an Old GM, but I think also I will probably do a stream earlier in the day or later in the evening as a book release party, because on Tuesday my book comes out. A few good hours. Alright, that's it guys. We're off to raid Coffee Quills now. When you get there, do not forget to shout, prepare to be boarded, because we are the same as privateers, and I spelled it wrong, of course. Why is it that when you try to do like the cool end or exit, you screw it up, right? Okay. Yeah, we'll see you next week if we don't see you before that, and maybe we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a good time zone, everyone, and thanks for joining us. A special shout out to the chat crew again tonight. You guys are great. Good night.